All right, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here at the FreeFlow Showcase for another week of incredible performance artists, as well as our wonderful community. A huge shout out to all of our friends here that come out every single week to support us. We really appreciate it. The last couple weeks have been extremely powerful and important, and we've had some incredible conversations. One of the best things that has happened in the last couple weeks, we've realized how much incredible talent there is in this city, and so many people really truly care about social justice and being able to actually step forward and use their voices to speak up about the Black Lives Matter movement. I want to give a huge shout out to the rest of my team. We got Annie here, we got Daniel, we have Ashley, as well as Adrian. So I'm going to say what's up to the wonderful Adrian. I got to see him in the 1017 gallery a little bit earlier. He was painting, and we got to do our Wu-Tang kick. So everybody give a lot of love to Adrian right here. He's going to say hi. Hi, Adrian. Hi. How are you, buddy?
What's up? What's up? What's going on, folks? Happy to be here on another Saturday night. It's the what is the eve of the solstice, or is the summer solstice right now? It's going on. So right now, yeah. So yeah, we made it to summer, guys. We're in quarantine. We're still in quarantine, but we made it to summer. And can you believe it? Month number 4 in quarantine, and here we are live on the air doing our free flow Saturdays. Wow, life goes on, eh? So there's still a lot of craziness going on on the planet. This is a moment of upheaval. Year of the 2020 is the year of COVID, and year of George Floyd, and year of police. What do we call it? We're disarming them. No, we're defunding. Wow, who knows what else is to come? We have 6 more months left of the year. So yeah, we've got another great show for you tonight. We're still going to be talking and trying to open space for discussion and coming to terms with the George Floyd killing and police brutality and white supremacy and all that stupidity. But we got to talk about it. We got to talk about, because we have to learn from each other. We have to share our feelings. We got to share our lived experiences, because that's how we move forward, and that's how we grow as a society and as people. And we're going to be better from this. We're going to be better because of this, because we're here together and we want to move forward. I'm just going to ramble for a bit more of Anto. Today was a fun day. We had a great day at so it's an end of an era. We officially closed down the gallery. We stopped paying rent when COVID started, and which was a good move for my family and myself and my partners, because with physical distancing, we don't know how long it's going to be before we can meet. Even today, Anto and Ashley and I met at the gallery, and we were like, "Are we allowed to hug? Can we touch each other?" So we don't know if we can put on in FreeFlow showcases anytime soon. Ashley, my love, she was there with me, and we painted, and the place looks great. It brought back a lot of good memories, but I can't wait so we can throw Riza a nice going away party, because then we're going to get together and party. And we're going to tie her up and toss her in somebody's trunk so she can't leave. Because you're not leaving, Riza. We're not going to let you go. We're going to hold on to you. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was really nice. And the sun is shining. Summer's here. We're going to figure out a way to hang out sometime. We're going to try to be creative with this free flow, because now that it's hot and warm outside, maybe we can hang out in a park somewhere and do the show. And who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, glad you guys for showing. Thank you, people, for showing up. Glad you're here. We got a great show. We've got Rebecca McDonald's going to do some comedy and some music. We got Veronica Antipolo. She's going to do some storytelling. Evan Pang's going to do some music. Silva's going to do some poetry. Ground Bear Music is going to do some, guess what, music. And then we've got Indivisible, the duo. They're going to be doing a nice little song. But we're going to try to focus and come back and have a nice conversation at the end, because we're going to try to talk about how we feel and what's going on with everything. And I know that I'm going to be doing a set, and I'm going to try to focus and just to share where I come from in terms of my culture, being a Jamaican and growing up with Rastafari-ism, isms and schism, but being a Rastafari and whatnot. And just share a bit how my philosophy helps me get through this time, because that really grounds me and gives me perspective of what's going on the planet and in the American States. So after that long introduction, I'm going to pass it over to my boy, Anto. Go going on, Tony?
Yeah, so, okay, great. So a couple things I wanted to just comment on. Yes, it is the solstice. I'm not sure if it's exactly today or tomorrow, but I knew it was going to be the solstice because my inner thighs started sweating immediately. So that's how you know. Extremely, it just starts dripping. You're like, all right, summer's here. That's what's happening. Also, I wanted to mention that I've been growing my beard out for like the last while, and I actually shaved it, like a good amount of it. And it feels so crazy, like right now. I'm like, I was drinking like before, and then it would just get stuck in it, and then it would drip from it. I'd be like, what the? But then now I shaved it more because tomorrow I actually have a date, and then Monday I'm starting a new job. So this weekend, I'm telling you guys, this is like an epic like transformation weekend. I don't know if you know, but on Friday it was Juneteenth. Then we had a lunar eclipse. Then we have the summer solstice. Then it's also on Sunday, it's going to be National Indigenous Day. And then also it's going to be Father's Day. So like this weekend, supposedly in the Mayans, they said in 2012, this was, it was supposed to like end or whatever, right? But on the Mayan calendar, tomorrow is actually the day that is like the last day. But it's actually, they didn't say it was the last day that humans are going to exist or it's going to all blow up or whatever. They said it was like the shift into like the completely new like way of looking at the world. So right now, what they told us was it was really valuable for us to journal today, kind of write down what your intentions are for the rest of the year and all that shit. Anybody who doesn't believe this stuff, no problem. Just pretend that I'm ranting the same way Adrian was, okay? You don't have to listen to me. Everybody out there who wants to use that shit and you want to take this knowledge, take it all in. But I love to use my platform to be able to spread this love, let people know that like we're trying to live consciously, we're trying to think about like the world, we're trying to like reflect on these things. As performers, obviously, where I started from, it was all about entertainment, and entertainment's extremely important. But also being able to pass on the knowledge that we know, all the things that we're working on, all the shit that we're doing in our lives. We're just trying to build a community here and just become better people together. And once we become better people on our own, that helps our performance. We actually become better performers because we're stronger as like humans, you know? So when you get on stage, you're more confident, you're more like connected to yourself, and you're, you know, really embracing the fact that like you're growing. And that's what it's all about. Ooh, I love that sound. I felt like, you know, at the beginning of meditations is like, ding, okay. So we gotta start the show though. We're super excited about our first performer. I've actually known our first performer for many, many years. We started comedy in Ottawa. What a wonderful place that both of us said we're getting the fuck out of here. That's how much we love it. But I just came back from Ottawa, and one thing that I did love about Ottawa was the fact that I got to drive away from it. So I'm gonna introduce our first performer, one of my favorite comedians. I really absolutely love hearing your new songs and your insights. So give a big round of applause for Rebecca McDonald. Yeah.
Hello. Oh man. Yeah, thanks Santo and everyone else. You know, this is freaking cool. It's awesome. It's fun. Super excited. So yeah, okay. You can unmute if you want, because then I can hear your laughter if you laugh when you laugh. Oh, one or the other. Yeah, so it's gonna do a few songs for you. Anto actually helped me with his first song, so that's why I'm playing it for you guys. Okay, so here we go. I don't know about you, but when I have unpleasant things to do, I'll put them on a list. You hooked up with your ex-roommate, and that made me fucking pissed. I want to break up, and you know it, so now you're not so talkative anymore. I'll add you to my goddamn to-do list, cause you've become a fucking chore. Laundry, groceries, break up with my boyfriend, vacuum the rug, water the plants, finish up dirt, break up with my boyfriend, return the library books, tidy my room, next to work, break up with my boyfriend, put away dishes, call him up, have a serious conversation, private, and then take up the trash. And yes, you're the trash, it's in there that I stash. Your limbs that I have dismembered, no one will remember you. Just kidding, that's a fantasy, but also a felony. I want to get violent, but I can't, so instead I'll just get slutty. Tinder, or Bumble, fucking all join Grindr too. Date some assholes, use meaningless sex to replace you. Guy with a beard, guy with a small dark narcissist who reminds me of you. Perform some sexual acts that normally I would never do. And all things I used to love about you, now I fucking hate. A part of my mind can't believe that you and I used to date. You're part of my past now, I wish you well. Just kidding, kiss my ass now and go to hell.
Yeah.
Yay.
Now we know how you really feel.
Yeah. And how long did that take between me saying like, "Oh God, it's over," to like me actually being like, "Yeah, it's over"?
Not fast enough.
No, like months.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. This next song I wrote I think just before I actually went to college. So here we go. Okay. Congratulations on your graduation. Now that you're out of school, you talk like you think you're Aristotle. This generation is obsessed with education. Force-fed knowledge like a baby with its bottle. You always score high whenever you're graded, but you're not smart, my friends. You're just educated. You're sitting there with your arms crossed, you don't agree. But that's because you're an idiot with a degree. But everyone's got one these days, don't you see? Get back to me when you get your motherfucking PhD. Your intelligence and a piece of paper are unrelated. You're not smart, my friend. You're just educated. Woo! Post-secondary school is nothing more than a cash grab. And you're a fool if you think that that is not so bad. Oh my God, your ego is so inflated. But you're not smart, my friend. You're just educated. Yeah!
That's the truth for a lot of people in society.
Yes, you know what? And not enough people are aware of that fact, you know?
But the thing is, they're educated about the wrong stuff, and they got the facts mixed up and inverted.
Oh.
Because history is written by the winners of wars, not necessarily the truth.
No, it's, you know what? Like, my opinion is that, like, it's, people need to hear that education is not like the final solution to everything, you know? We're in like high school, we're always told, oh, you go to uni, oh, you make money. But that's not the truth anymore, at least, you know?
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. I've got an education story to share when it's my turn later on.
Okay. Should I do one more song? Two more songs? One more song?
Yeah, one more, please. Yeah, one more is great.
Okay, cool. Okay. This is like my new favorite song. What else am I gonna do? I like having a roof over my head, like sleeping in a warm bed. I wanna quit 8 times a day. Sometimes I think that my pay is just not enough because this work is rough. Maybe I'll quit my job and beg, make something like $16 a day from people full of pity. Join the homeless population of the city. I could sell my underwear to creepy people who would scare me if I met them in real life. Making money is a strife. I'll make sculptures of cereal, a full Michelangelo made entirely of Cheerios. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty dope. How about I open my own cafe, hang out with hipsters all day, sipping on their frothy lattes, writing scripts to a one-man play. Maybe I'll learn how to breed frogs, spend my days in swamps and bogs, make them glow in the dark sell them at a lemonade stand in the park. I could be a movie star, appeal to fans wide and far, impress all of the masses, but then I might have to take acting classes. I could be an Instagram baddie, or get myself a sugar daddy, or dismantle capitalism with my good rhymes and rhythms, or teach my cat how to do tricks, build mini houses out of sticks, learn to weave baskets, learn how to carve caskets, or sell cocaine to addicts, sell the shit that's in my attic, get into professional acrobatics, have a child star son named Maddox, learn to photograph birds, become a poet who's good with words, get good at hacking others' passwords, or open a shop that sells funny shirts. Okay, well then fine, I will just spend my precious time on earth for a time, do my job until the fucking die. Ah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, everybody, one more time. Big round of applause for Rebecca McDonald. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Where can we find you, Rebecca? What's the best place to find you? On Instagram, Facebook, or do you have a website? Or?
Shit, I got a Facebook page. Let me just pop it in the description there,
Okay, perfect.
chat area.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, let everybody know where to find your stuff, and they'll be able to catch up with all the wonderful music and creations that you're doing, and all the different shows as well. So once we start getting back into it, it's gonna be rolling, you know. So okay, all right.
Oh, yes. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Okay, great. So I am really excited. So one of the things that we've done in the last couple of weeks is, if you weren't here, we actually were featuring specifically all Black performance artists. And it was such a very, very beautiful way to be able to amplify their voices. At the same time, we were speaking in our group, and we were feeling as if we wanted to also financially give to an organization that we really can see some great things that are happening. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly here. And I just wanted to let you guys know about a place called NIA Center for the Arts. And we are actually going to be donating this week. So far from the show, we actually have raised $140. And we are going to be donating it to the NIA Center for the Arts here. So specifically, it is to promote the arts is within Black art specifically, and supporting professional emerging artists to learn, grow, and showcase their art. So there's multiple ways in which they're helping right here. And so if you are interested in donating as well, we would not be keeping any of it. We are going to be specifically donating all of the funds to NIA Center for the Arts this week. So we just wanted to use this to actually highlight some organizations that are doing some great work as well. So if you are wanting to donate any amount, we are going to be taking donations to FreeFlow Showcase at gmail.com. And you could just send it there, and then we'll be able to add it to the $140 so far that we have, that we are going to be donating to them. And we will be doing these initiatives every single show from now on, and we're going to be choosing either it's going to be NIA again, or we're going to be choosing different organizations. So we really appreciate all the support that people have been giving, that we were able to raise the $140. And it's just been a really beautiful collective conversation, as well as the community has really been stepping up to do everything they can to be supporting the arts, especially amplifying Black voices at this time. So a huge thank you to the community for that reason. So we are going to go into our next performer. I've actually known him for probably 7 or 8 years. We used to perform at a place called the Central. If you're around back then, it actually got demolished at the same time as Honest Ed's was. And we were so sad when that happened. We used to do shows every Tuesday. I went from 6:30 p.m. until midnight sometimes, and we would do an open mic that was just literally infinite. However many people showed up, we would put them on, and just be able to actually have that. And then Evan was performing back then, and he's just continued on to have such an amazing career so far. So if everybody wants to give a huge round of applause and a big welcome to the wonderful Evan Pang, everybody. Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was, but I like it. All right. Let's start by playing a song called Medusa. Trying to get my bearings in this room. It's really hot in here. This is like the one room in this apartment that's like doesn't have air circulation. And I have all the lights on for this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Holy fucking wow.
Wow.
Evan, you are so fucking amazing. Like, wow. You blow me away every single time. Thank you so much. You're beautiful.
Thank you. Alright. I guess this next song is a song I wrote called Sinew. And I guess the story behind this song is actually, so I work as a journalist in Toronto. And probably about, I'm gonna say almost 5 years ago. I was working at the Huffington Post, and I was working on this documentary following the children of missing and murdered Indigenous women. And after I'd finished this documentary, my mother had told me that she had actually been found on the side of a highway. She was beaten by her partner at the time, and she's an OG Cree woman. And so she didn't tell me for 3 months while I was working on this documentary, because she didn't want to, well, in her words, she said I was doing important work and she didn't want to, take me away from that or whatever. So, so that's just like kind of a testament to kind of her strength and just, I think, the strength of many Indigenous women. And so that's, this was a song I wrote about that for her called Senior. On your shoulder, shooting it slow. I know she's a mutual. I want some taste of me, and that all taste of me today. You're yelling at the sky, but some girls don't fall. Your head's out for day. Oh, that pretty old tree. My bones on Jackson Beach, and then on Jackson Beach, so you gotta stay. You just gotta stay. You gotta stay. Oh, you just gotta stay. Stay. Some places high. Walking on those last steps. Oh, my bones on Jason weekend, and then on Jason weekend. You just got stay. Oh, you just gotta stay. Stay, stay, stay. Gotta stay. Yeah. Gotta stay. Yeah. Gotta stay. Yeah. Gotta stay. Vamos, vamos, deixa-me ir. Deixa-me ir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Evan. That was awesome.
Ow!
So-
Evan, you make me cry when you sing. I'm like walking home from the store bawling my eyes out right now. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful.
All right. I think that was 2 songs.
Okay, sweet, man. Thank you so much. What's the best place for people to check out your stuff?
Right here on FreeFlow.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we got another community member who's going to be part of all this. Great, man. Thank you so much, Evan. Though we really appreciate you coming on, and honestly, it's just amazing to be able to see your music, and the story of that that you shared on the second one was so powerful. And being able to actually combine storytelling and music is just another level. So we do really appreciate you sharing that story. It was just such an intimate, beautiful experience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. One more time. Give a lot of love to Evan. Woo! That was awesome.
That was great.
Nice.
All right.
You rock, Evan.
That was awesome, Evan. Thank you so much for that. Great to hear that story and how you got inspired to write that song. Really beautiful song. So coming up next, we have an amazing performer, storyteller, one of my friends and slowly becoming a good friend. We met just over about a year ago, taking a stand-up class at Second City. And then, and we've grown since then. I remember sitting in class one time and she's looking at me and she's saying, why are we competing? Why are we doing this shit? Why don't we just create and produce our own shows? And that's how we started. We produced, was it the Showcase 1017? And then she went on and produced her own shows. And now she's not only a mom, but a stand-up comedian, a storyteller, and a producer, and just a wonderful light and wonderful human being. And she's going to share some stories with us today. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome the wonderful and the very beautiful Veronica Antipolo.
Thank you, Adrian.
So how are you doing? How have you been processing all of this stuff going on? As a woman of color, as a mother, you got two children, two mixed children. I mean, how is this all affecting you?
Well, it's funny because I was asked to write a piece for this organization called Mixed in the Six. Gina Marie is the co-founder of that. And she actually requested it for Loving Day,
Right.
which is, Loving Day was when the Supreme Court said interracial marriage in some states were allowed now. And so she asked me to write a piece, and it was just around the time when the George Floyd video was going viral, and it really impacted me. So my piece was a little bit different from all the pieces that they usually get. So I'm actually going to read that tonight before I do my actual story.
Okay, cool. Nice. So you've been surviving. You haven't broken any glasses or windows or tossed anything off the balcony, just pure rage or frustration?
No, I've been drinking a lot.
Lemonade or iced tea?
We'll call it a sangria. That's what I call it around here.
That doesn't look like a sangria glass there.
I know. Look, I have a whole bottle. What are you talking about?
All right, don't give away all your secrets.
No, I know.
Okay. All right, so let's hear what you got. Let's hear your poem and then your story.
Yeah, sure. So this, it was just a piece for a couple of posts that she put in her Facebook and Instagram page. Okay. I'm a Canadian-born woman of Filipino heritage, a mother of 2 mixed children who are half Black. My children are beautiful. They're articulate and possess a kindness and a thoughtfulness which is always commented on. And I'm proud of this. I often joke they're this way in spite of my mothering. The physical beauty of mixed race heritage is often commented on, but often there is no mixed for my kids. They're seen as Black, and beauty doesn't keep Black people safe. When my son was 4 months old, my coworker, who's Asian like me, casually called him little N-word. Just like that. He said it in the same tone as if he'd asked for a stick of gum. I've seen people throw their squinty, dirty looks towards my son, not realizing I'm his mother. They smile at me as if in shared confidence. Months ago in Forest Hill, my 7-year-old daughter, skipping happily ahead of me, receives that same squinty look by an older white woman walking past her. Right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic as I write this. Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Regis Kurchinski-Paquette. I hear the stories, I see the videos, and these are just the ones that we hear about right now. And by the time you hear this, probably not the most recent. The cuts of racism against Black people are deep and deliberate. They're obnoxious, uninvited, mean, crude. I was so naive before I had children to think that I'd be simply just a mother. I'm a mother who raised a Black son and is raising a Black daughter. And this level of hurt, I was unprepared for this, and I still am. It's too much to explain right now. And honestly, I don't even know if I've learned enough. I can sit with the hope that nothing will happen to our children and to other Black people, but you sit too long and things atrophy. You have to stand to help to regain strength. That was the piece for Loving Day. I also have another story about my grandmother, and there's like a little freaky thing that I did a pre-recording for the first 24-hour online storytelling festival of this story, and Anto had made me a button of my grandmother. Thanks, Anto.
No problem.
And I had lost it for months, and so I was having trouble with this recording. I was getting like video static, and I was like, come on, Nanai, that's what I call my grandmother. I'm like, help me out. And so I did one last recording. I didn't have to stop, and it was perfect all the way through. And then I found the button on my bed. It was the craziest thing. So Anto, I don't know if you did some magic, but something happened.
Yo, magic is surrounding all of us.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was missing for months. Okay. Happy birthday, Aiden, I type into WhatsApp. It's September 17th, and it's my friend Chandy's son's birthday. And I feel like an asshole for not remembering most of my friends' kids' birthdays, but I always remember Aiden's because it's Nanai's birthday too. Nanai, it means mom in Tagalog, but biologically, she's my paternal grandmother. I'm 11 years old, and I go to school beside Edwards Gardens, which, if you cut through, comes out right by the bridle path. And in my class, a few kids live on the bridle path, like Mary Ellen, who spells her name L-N. And Mary Ellen's mom picks her up from school sometimes in a white Jaguar from school. Everyone else lives on not as rich streets, but they still wear Roots sweatshirts with their stirrup pants and their Baswegian penny loafers. I have stirrup pants too, but they're from Byway. And my Roots sweatshirt that I begged for at Christmas says 1984, even though it's 1985 now. And Fafa, my grandfather, sometimes picks me up from school too in a rusty red car that has duct tape holding the passenger door together. And you have to climb in through the window. And I can hear the car before I even see it in the school lot because everyone can hear it. So just like any other day, I come home from school, and as I approach the low-rise building we live in, I know it's just Nanay who's home because I can hear Victor and Nikki Newman from our third-floor apartment all the way down on the sidewalk. And when I get in, I wait to watch Little House on the Prairie as I sit on the floor because my aunt, Tita Loida, says I'm not clean enough for the couch. I love Little House on the Prairie and the Ingalls family because they're white. And there's Pa and there's Ma and Mary and Carrie. And of course, there's Laura, my favorite, with her 2 braids and her slightly buck teeth. I live with Nanay, Fafa, and Tita Loida in a 1-bedroom apartment where I sleep on the floor on top of layers of a banig, which is a woven mat, a blue itchy blanket, and then a red comforter on top of that for softness. Nanay's making dinner, and she likes to watch Little House on the Prairie with me sometimes because it's her favorite too, after Young and the Wrestling. But right now she's in the kitchen chopping something loudly, over and over. Blam, blam. And it sounds violent. And it's bothering me because I can't hear the TV, which is already super loud, turned up to 52 so that Nanay can hear it from the kitchen and hear the Ingalls family. It's ruining my prairie vibe. It's the episode where Pa breaks his ribs falling off the roof. He's always breaking his ribs, that Pa. And just as Doc Baker is taping him up, the falling leaves outside my window. Nanay, I can't hear. Stop singing. Her voice is too loud. And she doesn't have a beautiful songbird voice. She's in her late 60s. She has a crackly old lady singing voice, but bolder, confident. And she's passionately serenading the meat that she's bludgeoning. But it amuses her that I'm irritated. So even louder, with the cleaver now as her mic, the falling leaves outside my window. I decide to go watch her make dinner because I'm hungry and I can't hear the TV at this point anyways. Nanay goes into full performance now with her made-up song. The falling leaves outside my window, the falling leaves of red and gold. She wants me to laugh or say something, but I just stare. You see, this is why I don't invite Melanie Michaels or Karen McKenzie over. And she smiles at me. What is the matter? I shrug and I'm amused. What's the point? So I go back to the living room because I hate missing any part of Little House, but I feel like she's gonna do it again. So I listen for just a second. All right, good. Nothing. The falling leaves outside my window. Really? Nanay? Nanay is strange looking to me, but she acts like the beautiful ladies I see on TV. She has a scar over her upper lip that reminds me of a bunny, and her hair is thin and frizzy because she says of a bad perm. And she's in her home clothes and her chinelas, but she has on red lipstick because she always has on red lipstick that she's shoplifted. And when we go out, she wears a fancy black hat. And out can mean the grocery store or a party. It's the same thing to her. She doesn't care. She carries multiple heavy bags of groceries home by herself. She doesn't even act like a grandmother. She's always telling jokes or making fun of people in Tagalog right in front of them. And I warn her, Nanay, they can tell that you're making fun of them. No, they don't. And I can tell from the twinkle in her eye that she doesn't care either way. When she watches wrestling after church on Sunday, she jumps up and she swears at the TV, Putragis, get up! And when I have sipon, a runny nose, she makes me blow my nose in her bare hand. Nanay seems so foreign compared to the usual recipe of what a lady should be. She's a comfort food stew compared to the amuse-bouche of females I see, especially in my school's neighborhood. The year I turn 12, I move in with my mom and my stepdad. I finally have my own room with my own TV, and I can't wait to invite friends over. We can drink iced tea and eat chips. I can sleep on a bed by myself. I'm so excited, I'm not even sad leaving Nanay, because I'll visit. She'll be here chopping, singing, watching Little House without me. She said so herself before I left. This will be better for you. I was about 30 when Nanay died. Tita Loida called me in the morning. I don't remember her words. There's a hole, a space, a sudden silence in my memory. But I'm fine. She was old, in her 90s. She lived a good, long life. So I go into work as usual, sit down at my desk, and with my sunglasses still on, I start crying. She wasn't always going to be there in her red lipstick, chopping and singing. And I never ended up visiting her as often as I always said I would, because I thought I was too different from her now. So different from that time. It feels like I'm making up my childhood with her. In high school, she and Fafa moved back permanently to the Philippines. And it was just before they moved that I figured out that what she was singing was real. Not a weird made-up song that I was embarrassed by. A real song called Autumn Leaves. Nat King Cole sang it in 1945 when my nanay was Gorgunya Celia Antipolo and 33 years old. It's about remembering lost love. I hear different versions of the song sometimes in movies and anywhere really, but they all sound exactly the same to me. Toppling leaves outside my window. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you for that story. It's such a wonderful story.
Thank you.
Yo, if anybody doesn't know the power of storytelling, like you just literally just showed us exactly why storytelling is so fucking powerful.
Very important. Very important.
You want to tell everybody about your show?
Yes. So I'm a co-founder of a platform called Mosaic Untold Lives, and it's a storytelling platform for Black, Indigenous women of color. And it was born out of my personal experience with storytelling, in that I feel like women of color, we face the world a certain way. We're always on the defense, on the offense. We're always on a fence. And so often we're like, I can take care of anything. And like, we're programmed to. And I find that when we can't handle things, we have trouble admitting vulnerability because we don't want to be in a vulnerable position. So accidentally through storytelling, I found that it became very cathartic. And so I wanted to share that experience. So I've been running Mosaic Untold Lives, and it's been like magic. So check that out if you can.
Nice. So glad to hear that.
Thank you.
It always starts with like the hosts and like the producers, you know. So for like obviously it's magic because you're clearly magic. If you didn't already notice that, if everybody can give a huge round of applause to Veronica, that was an amazing set. That was my favorite performance I've ever seen of yours. So just
Thanks.
you did such a great job, and I've seen you kill like so many times. But storytelling is very clearly like your path at this time. So great job. I'm really really proud of you, and just so beautiful. Even the first piece that you shared, it was such an incredible insight that like I don't think a lot of people have heard previously. So thank you again for being on our show, and you are totally welcome to come back anytime you'd like.
Thanks, Ento.
No problem. I could suck up to Veronica all day.
I know. I'll just show up on your date. Like, hey.
Well, it's the first time I met you. We already were. One of the jokes was that we were actually dating, and then during your set, you broke up with me. So
yeah.
literally the first day we met. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, I'm really like excited to be able to see that because as like a performer, I started in stand-up comedy, and then I transitioned into poetry and storytelling. And I just know the value of storytelling and how incredibly powerful it is. And just to be able to see you be able to do so much humor and so much like, you know, presence in that way, but also like to go back into that beautiful moment and to be able to show us like, you know, such a powerful person in your life. Like, you know, it's just very cool to be able to see. So if anybody out there is interested in doing storytelling and you are a woman of color as well, like Mosaic Storytelling is such a beautiful space to be able to share that. As well as if you are wanting to do our open mic and you have a story that you'd like to tell, that has to be under 5 minutes, obviously. And anybody out there who wants to do our open mic, it is now open. So please definitely check that out. And Veronica, if you wanted to put into, I don't know if you have put into the chat, how to be able to find Mosaic Storytelling as well as your stuff, that would be awesome if you don't mind doing that.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Oh, that was so great. It reminds me so much of my my pawpaw, my grandmother. I'm actually like living in her house right now. So it's like she passed away in August and I was just able to, you know, take over the home. And I just wish that I was there for the moment when my family asked my pawpaw, they're like, so out of all 13 grandkids, 5 daughters, and all of the people like in your life, who would you want your home to go to? And then it was like silence. And I was told this, I wasn't there. It was silence. And then she's like, Ming. And that's me. I'm Ming. So everybody was like, what? Why would you give it to that guy? Right? So it's such, but I wish I was there for that. But she said it's because I'm the only one who lives in Toronto that didn't have my own home that was bought. But now like my aunts have bought it and I like love living in here. I just think about her every day. So just hearing that story definitely made me very emotional. But, yeah, it's really great. It's really great to be able to see you grow in this way. So, okay, so we got to keep the show rolling. I could babble on all day about grandparents. I have like so many stories about my grandparents and stuff, but I really want to be able to get to our next performer. He is consistently inspiring. He is always calling me out on my shit after I started doing it to him because that's the way the co-host do it. I'm so happy to be able to have him on our show performing, and he was hosting a little bit earlier, but he wants to be able to share a little bit of music and a little bit of stories as well. So give a huge round of applause for the wonderful, the dynamic, Mr. Adrian Curry.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Veronica, for sharing those wonderful stories. You know, we get to learn a little bit more about each other through these shows and talking and sharing, and we get to just build a looking glass going into the past of what makes who we are, and we realize that we're pretty much all the same, you know. I mean, I used to live with my grandparents, my nanai and my papai, if that's what he's called, back in Jamaica. I used to sleep with my grandfather. Me and my cousin Ray, who's 8 months older than me, used to sleep in the same bed as my grandfather. It's probably one of the reasons why I have such an old soul. And then my grandmother, on both sides, but even my mother's side, she would walk me to church because I was her first grandson in Jamaica way back in the day. And a couple years ago, I flipped the story around. I walked her to church because she was 87 and just before she passed. And it was nice. And I told her, you know, I remember when you used to walk me to church. And she looked up at me and she smiled. And I just felt my heart just swell the size of the universe. So yeah, thank you for that. We all have these grateful memories of our families, and that's what keeps us together. the bonds that go from generation to generation, but the same bonds all over the planet. I know there's been a lot going on lately in society with George Floyd, and then everything else is going on in Canada and all over the world. This huge movement is going on, and I know it's tough for a lot of people to cope. And I just want to share with you some of the reasons that help me to cope and how I get through this. And to be honest, a lot of it has to do with my Rastafari heritage. Um, so I was born in Jamaica, and I came here when I was 6, and then I grew up here, and I went through my teenage years and my young adulthood and university and whatnot. And at the time, I grew up as a Baptist because my parents sent us to a Baptist church. We went to a Baptist church, but they sent us to Baptist Sunday school. It wasn't until in my 30s that I went to Jamaica at 32, just before my 33rd birthday, with my mother and my 6-year-old niece. And then I had an epiphany on the first night that I was there, and I discovered that I was Rastafari, that I had this culture, this heritage that would guide me. So the thing is that growing up here in Canada, I always felt lost and out of place because I was a Black boy from Jamaica growing up in Canada in East End, Scarborough, and after a while, I didn't speak Patois anymore because my English became like this. My teachers did a great job, and my parents, did a great job, and I learned English language at an early age. So I assimilated well. So I didn't have a history of my Jamaican heritage. And Rastafari was always a bad term in our family because, they smoked marijuana, they grew their hair long, they always got in trouble with the police because we were rebels and, did our own thing. And it wasn't until that trip to Jamaica that I realized that I am a Rasta, and my uncles and my brethren in the neighborhood and my cousins were Rastas, and it just makes such a big difference for me. So I wanted to share with you some of the reasons why I've been able to process this a bit. It's because I understood that who I am as a person is a lot more than what society tells me. Growing up in Canada in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, it was funny because in the suburbs, they like to tell us that we were poor and that we were Black and that we wouldn't amount to anything and therefore we were nothing. And then when the rap music started coming out in the 90s, hip hop started, really gathering steam in the 90s and whatnot. It was just the glorified, a bit of violence and misogyny. And then the kids always tried to emulate, the dressings of the style and the dress, and they dress like convicts and, the baggy clothing and whatnot, because that's how their brethren were living in the jails. But I never really took to that because I guess I was a bit older. But one of the funny things is that I went to university in Ottawa U and then McGill University, and I was educated in the Western Ivy League style and system. But then after, when I realized that I was Rasta, I was re-educated into the Eastern African culture. My uncles and my brothers and my brethren, they would take the time to give me books to read and show me, this is who your culture is. This is what it is. This is your heritage. And I learned a lot. And it was fascinating because I had this really unique perspective all of a sudden. I had the Western and I had the Eastern. So everything that I learned in university was now contrasted to what I was learning from my uncles and my cousins and my brethren. But it was an interesting fact. It was just quite interesting. What I learned was that the dates and the facts were almost all the same, but the perception and the story behind them was slightly different. And that's when I really learned that history is really about his story. The people that win conflicts in society, they're the ones who write the stories, and that's what we learn. So living in the Western world now, we're seeing things from the European perspective. And that's really interesting. So I've been able to contrast that with my African heritage. And I find that I'm a bit grounded and I can understand what's going on in a different way. It's kind of weird. So I just want to share something with you with the fact that, okay, I'm going to share with you the culture of the Rastafari movement, a bit of the history. So Rastafarism or Rastafari culture was started in Jamaica in their 1930s. So in 1929, Marcus Garvey said to some elders in Jamaica, look to the east because a black king will be crowned. Well, sure enough, on November 2nd, 1930, King Tafari was crowned Emperor Haile Selassie. Now, the significance of this is that King Tafari he was crowned Emperor Haile Selassie. He could trace his heritage all the way back to King Solomon and all the way back to line of King David, as a true king and ruler. And I just want to share with you a picture. If I can just share my screen there, Anto, for a second. So this is a picture.
You have to.
What's that?
You have to share your own screen. Yeah, there you
go.
Oh,
I got that. Don't worry about it. Thank you. So if you take a look here, you'll notice that I don't know how much you can see here, but you can see that in the foreground is Queen Elizabeth and King Philip standing. Queen Elizabeth is kneeling, and Prince Philip is beside him. In front, you see Empress Menen Afshar, Queen Empress Menen, and Emperor Haile Selassie. So Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip are bowing to the Empress and the Emperor. And that is because King Solomon was the former King of Kings and the ruler of rulers, and so Emperor Haile Selassie was inherited that mantle. He's the King of Kings and the conquering Lion of Judah and the ruler of all rulers. So Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip had to bow to that, and that is where we stand in society. And a lot of people don't realize that Blacks have a long and rich history on this planet. I mentioned earlier that Africa is the cradle of civilization. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania around the Nile River and Ethiopia is where civilization started on this planet. It's been documented and we all understand that, but it's a shame that not too many more people realize that. And you know, I don't know, I mean, it gives me comfort to know that, and my elders and my family have taught me that kind of history. So how do we get out of the screen share, Anto? So thank you. So it's just interesting, and I wish that people would understand that, and that I want to just say to my brothers and sisters out there, you know, it's going to sound harsh, but don't be a victim. Know your history and walk with pride. Hold your head high, because you are value. You are wonderful people. You have a rich history and a rich heritage, and you can really learn a lot about yourself by learning about your history. And just know that time is on your side, is on our side. It's not like things are getting worse. It's that things are getting better, and just know the truth of who you are in society. Another fact I want to share with you is the place that Bob Marley has in my life. So Bob Marley is probably one of the most famous Rastafari on the planet. He's Jamaican, and he wrote a lot of beautiful music and revered around the world. You can probably see behind my head, there's a picture of Bob Marley, and I really look up to him. And if you notice, I'm usually wearing a pin with the red, gold, and green colors. I used to walk around with a pin of Bob Marley on me all the time, because as Jamaicans and as Rastafari, we call that as our powers, that we're really trying to stay close to a prophet in our hearts. And we really revere Bob Marley as a prophet, because he truly understood the meaning of life, which is love, 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 and to treat each other as one, and that we're all brothers and sisters. And he reached, at the height of his career in the late 70s, early 80s, he was revered all around the planet. He would do shows in North America, in Asia, in Africa, in Europe, and thousands of people would come out to his concert, because they understood him to be a person who spoke a certain truth about love and humanity, and how we have a shared history on this planet. And I really feel that we should try to remember, try to remember his teachings and where he's coming from. So I'm gonna wrap up by singing a couple Bob Marley songs because I just feel that his music just gives so much solace to everyone on the planet. But before I go, I want to share a link with people. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to share screen again, Anto. So share screen. And so this Friday was Juneteenth. Juneteenth was the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation, where the 13th Amendment came into existence and Black slaves were supposedly free. Well, that was great at the time, but it turned out through Jim Crow and through mass incarceration, Black people still aren't free. And so to celebrate Juneteenth, and then as a response to the George Floyd killings, a group of actors and artists created this wonderful video. We each pay homage to Martin Luther King. I'll share with you. Yeah. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I'll send you the link. I'll put the link in the chat afterwards. And it's really powerful because even to this day, this speech still holds true. If you were to read it or listen to it, it sounds as if you wrote it last week or the week before, how Black people are still waiting to cash that check of freedom and to live as equals, and for men and for brothers and sisters to get along on the planet. Now, don't get me wrong, we've made great progress over the last little while, fantastic progress, but we still have more work to do. We still have to listen to each other, to hear our stories, to understand our lived experience, and to really get over this next hump of humanity, because we are all brothers and sisters, and we're evolving lovely as a species on the planet. I say this to everyone: we're not different races. There's no black race, white race, Caucasian race. No, that's a load of crap. We're one race. We're the human race. We're all brothers and sisters. Keep in mind that we're 99.9% identical in terms of our human genome, in terms of our genetic makeup. The only difference between us is how much sun our ancestors got, which determined the darkness of our color of the skin or the broadness of our nose. I mean, my parents are definitely African, because I'm as dark as they get, and my nose is as broad as there is, because the sun was hot and the heat was hot, and it had to be cool because it came into my lungs. Anyways, so I just wanted to share that with you, because we're here to learn and to grow, and the only way to do that is by talking and conversing with each other, and really understanding that we're all the same and we have a similar and shared lived experiences. And then, so I've been inspired to sing a Bob Marley song, because it just rings true to me. And Ashley and I were singing it this afternoon in the gallery. And I'm gonna do a bit of a medley, because he's a poet and we know it, and he's a prophet, and he's here to guide us. Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. In the minute they found I from the bottomless pits, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. So we forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the books. I don't know which books he's talking about, but won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs. And how about this one? Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me that heaven is under the earth. And I'm sure you'll tell me just what life is really worth. You will know what's yours on truth if you look for yours on earth. And now you see the lights. You've got to stand up for your rights. And this is my favorite song because this is who I am. Buffalo soldier, dreadlocks Rasta. He was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. Stolen from Africa, brought to America. Driven from the mainland to the heart of the Caribbean, singing wah-hee-yah-hee-yah, 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 Buffalo soldier, trotting through the land. You said you want a hand. You said you want a rain. Trotting through the land. One love, brothers and sisters. Blessing you. Passing on blessings and guidance, and stay strong and just know your history and walk with your head high and just, know your history and be proud. And I just want to say to everybody, we're all one people. And this is what I think we should really take from all of this, is that let's defund the police. Let's put money to social services and psychiatric care for mental health. Let's live together as one, brothers. Because we know here in Toronto, we really do get along well. And we've learned that we are all the same, and because we're all brothers and sisters. I know Auntie and Annie and Veronica and Ashley and Selva and Daniel and everybody else out there. We're all brothers and sisters, and I feel nothing but love from everybody every day. So we're doing it. Let's just keep growing and spreading it so the whole planet feels it. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Give lots.
I love you, Adrian.
Curry. Yo, I love that.
Thank you.
Man, that was such a good, you put it all together today, man. You really had the story. You gave a little bit of history. You gave us some music. It was such a beautiful performance. I'm really, really proud of you, man. You really put it together. When we were talking earlier, I actually thought you were going to bomb really hard, but you killed it.
Oh my God.
I got 2 words for you.
Adrian, do you want to share with everyone the song that we made up today?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's share it.
Do you remember how it goes?
Do you remember how it goes?
Yeah. It goes,
Okay, can you start and I'll follow up?
Okay, hold on. 1 second. It goes, I sent it to Daniel earlier. Sweet
Daniel, pull it up.
Listen.
God is here, sweet love and have no fear. God is here,
Yeah.
sweet love.
Have no fear,
God is here. Have no fear, God is here.
Sweet
Have
love.
no fear, Ash is here. She's gonna sing all year and make you feel so dear.
Love you so much.
All right.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay. Great, guys. Great job. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what a wonderful performance, and thank you, Ashley, too. That was awesome. I hope that you guys can do a duet at some point soon. But it was really great to be able to hear a lot about that stuff. One of the things that you consistently spoke about was how we are brothers and sisters and we're all connecting in this space. That's one of the reasons why this community is so powerful, is because not only are we trying to create a utopia mindset in the space to be like, hey, this is what we can work towards. We could all come together and just have such impactful connection with each other, and it's just so nice or whatever. But like, if we only lived in that way and we only had that type of conversation, I don't think that we would be satisfied in the FreeFlow Showcase. One of the most important things is that we have to also deal with the realities of what's happening in the world right now at the same time. So in the space, when we come to the show, we are hopefully creating a utopia vibe, utopia mindset, making things really beautiful in the space. But we're also at the exact same time working through all the challenges and the realities of the world, and to be able to come together and support those that are in need. And right now, it is like our Black brothers and sisters are needing us to be able to step forward and to be able to connect and listen. And one of the things, I used to hear the term, to lead by following, and I heard that and I was like, that's literally the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And that doesn't even make sense. Like, how do you lead by following? You're supposed to like, what does that even mean, right? And then this movement started, and then I actually understood what it was like, because people in my family and my community, they were completely just not listening to any of the stuff that I was saying. And then instead of me being like, hey, this is the way that I'm leading, and this, like, what I was doing was that I need to follow what it is that's being told to me, what's being shown to me, and to be able to create like allyship that's like the next level of that. So thank you so much, Adrian, for guiding us in this way, to be able to bring us together in this way. And I really do appreciate you as a leader in this way. And so I really was really grateful the first time that we had a conversation about this. And every week I always learn more and more from you and what it is that we're able to do to be able to support what it is that you're working on. So one more time, guys, give lots of love to Adrian. I love that performance. And you pulled that all together. I love that you just are like, yeah, and also this other song that I prepared. So our next performer, we gotta keep rolling. Our next performer, I always try to outdo myself with their intro, just because we are such good friends. I speak to them almost every single day. One of the most powerful things that I've learned from our next performer is the fact that, like, you do have to be able to support other people by having the tough conversations, you know? And I've had multiple tough conversations. I say a lot of stupid shit on the show. And so it's very valuable to be able to have great conversations, to be able to learn, to be able to grow, and to be able to get to that next level. And those challenging conversations, myself and our next performer were able to actually create my chapbook, because some of my poems, I can't let that go because this lover, I have to leave this line in, whatever. And they're like, no, that's not how it works. It's about the poetry. It's about the, you know, it's really important. So I really am so grateful. This is the co-editor of my chapbook, as well as one of my favorite people in the whole world. Give a lot of love right now to Sova. Yeah.
Shit, eh? Looks so big now, gross.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna. Okay, it's fine. The edible will kick in at some point. Let's see. So, thank you for that intro, cause as I'm sure you know, I'm gonna. There's no more utopia in what's about to happen. All right, just. All right, great. So I'm gonna say a lot of things that may or may not make the white audience comfortable, but I would like to start by extending the sincerest sentiment in my soul right now, which is fuck your comfort. So the past few days I've had like a number of incidences that were just like appalling with white people. And I wrote this poem, and I wrote it a while ago, but it's still relevant, and I feel like it's gonna keep being relevant. All right. Shit. Sorry, I was like looking at the chat, my bad. The edible did kick in. An ode to the white savior. First of all, thank you so much for your service, but I'm gonna have to hand you your keys back because I am not your valet. I will not be validating your feelings, let alone the space you've taken up. And I get it. I have melanin, so a pity party is the only way you know how to celebrate me, pulling up in your Prius, swooping in to save me after my own poems. Arms outstretched like hokey angel wings, halos made of poor bar lighting, heads sympathetically tilted so far left, I wonder if it's from the weight of your aggressively liberal views or your God complex. I'll watch you crouch down to my level. You are so brave. Keep being honest. White people need to hear this. You say this, as if you are not white people. You ask me if I want a hug before I can reply. Your arms are already around me. You don't care for my consent, but you applaud yourself for asking, and I get it. With your privilege, you probably fancy yourself to be some sort of martyr on a constant journey to the land of holier than thou. If racialized poet just on their highway exit, you get off on our pain, run us over, rolling down your windows to ask us why we have yet to forgive you, and I get it. With this shade of brown, you probably thought I was an extension of your semester abroad, but I'm not here to educate you on your glorified vacation. There is no emotional labor scholarship, affirmative action will not be appearing on your transcript, no expedited passport for this guilt trip, no first class ticket, no flight. You have to walk, carrying your own baggage, silently, discreetly, the way we do. So if ever there was a time for you to swoop in, now's a good time for you to save me the trouble. Remind me what happens when our children go missing, how yours is national tragedy and mine an inconvenience. Granted, more complaints about their Amber Alert than cops actually out there looking for them. Tell me about your veganism. Why you won't buy a Canada Goose jacket? Call it cruelty-free because no animals die, but forget the hands of children overseas forced to work long hours for low wages because you, rather be seen as a good person, actually become one. But breathe every shit show into empty apology. Ask us again why we are not grateful. Take my 2 cents. Consider it just another penny for your thoughts. Keep the change, but refuse to make any. So brave to walk on water and turn it to wine so you can bitch about having to part the sea for the rest of us, board your performative allyship and sail your ass away, and hasn't your skin always been holier than mine? Just ask your white Jesus, your white God, making pedestal from any platform, every space before this has been reserved to honor you. Correction, you have conquered all of our spaces and forced us to worship you. Now I get it. It is Sunday. But this is not a church, and I'm not here for your service, nor am I here to serve you. So next time you toss me your keys, I will key your fucking Prius. That's the poem. All right, so I feel like
Ow.
like there's only gonna work.
Ow. Ow. That's
Thanks, guys. So I wrote this strictly like on my perspective because I am a slam poet. So like I don't believe in writing poems that you can like benefit from other people's oppression. Unlike some poets, there's one asshole. Sorry, did I say asshole? I meant Liam. He wrote this entire poem about being called gay because he danced, and getting called a faggot, like a whole poem, just like, oh my god, like they called me gay, like I actually am gay. So like, what? Like that's not your fucking, that there's no oppression there. There's literally, you're a straight cisgender white man. There's no oppression. I'm sorry. Like I couldn't find it. I looked. I did. But I tried to reach out to him a couple times. You know, I sent him a message like, hey, do you have the space to hear about your poem that you did at finals? He said, oh, like I don't have it right now, but like I'll let you know. And I was like, all right, I'll hold you to it. Months pass. This was in February. So May 3rd. No. Why did I say May 3rd? It was June 1st. Oh my god. So June 1st, he posted this fucking annoying ass status. Like, it was about the Black Lives Matter protest. And it was like so annoying. It was so fucking annoying. And he did not write it, like his heart was in the right place, but he didn't execute it well at all. So I like messaged him. I'm like, yo, like, I just want to let you know, like, this and that. And he's like, oh yeah, thank you so much. Like, this is so helpful. Like, I'll make a follow-up post. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna hold you to it. And then I messaged him again with more shit to say. This time, he left me on red. And I was like, all right. And then he did it again. And then again. And then a few days ago, this man decided to release his poetry album. His poetry album that he is releasing as a straight cisgender white man during Pride and a literal revolution and a pandemic. Like, no. And like in this fucking status, he's like, oh, like, you know, we're gonna donate a portion to like somewhere in these crazy times, like some sketchy fucking shit. And I messaged him like, hey, like, where are you donating and like how much? Like, and he didn't answer. I'm like, did I hurt your feelings by asking a fucking question? All right. And I gave him a couple days to answer. And they didn't. So last night, no, I'm lying. The night before, I sent him a message. A long-ass message, proofread by other BIPOC. Like, I went hard doing research for this fucking message, and I was so patient. And, like, I had it laid out like a fucking essay. Like, I just gave my thesis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was fucking... I could have had a PhD by now, is what I'm saying. But, like, mans didn't even, like, he looked at the message. I saw the moment he read it, and then he just didn't reply. I'm like, all right, I see how it's going to be. So I went to his original post with the Black Lives Matter protest, and I commented, I call bullshit, because I looked at it, and he changed it based on the shit that I said, but didn't credit me. But the last 4 lines were like, my ears are open, I'm here to listen to people's stories, nah. I'm like, I call bullshit. Like, I fucking called you out. I was super patient. I, like, said everything that I fucking did. And I'm like, you're an asshole. You're lying. This is performative. Fuck you. Like, and then do you know what he does? You know what this guy does? He messages me the longest message I have ever received. I'm talking, like, longer than when, like, the time that my ex-girlfriend tried to convince me that I was the abusive one, like, longer than that. And, like, I was like, I've been saying, hey, listen to me, and you think it's an appropriate time to ask me to do more labor by reading your fucking novel? Seems kind of, like, I've already done this. Like, I don't understand. Like, your poems are literally, like, you are a one-track ass poet, all right? Like, mans gave me such a big explanation, and you know what it started with? Do you know what it started with? Okay, here's my side. That's what it started with. I'm like, your side? Where? Like, there's no side. You don't get a side. You didn't listen. There's no side. Like, I'm not listening to you. And then he's like, oh, like, that's fair, but if you read, you would understand. And I'm like, pissed me off. So I glanced at a couple parts, and this man said, oh, you remind me of my abuser. Like, you scare the shit out of me. And, like, literally brought up times that he initiated the conversation, but said I made him uncomfortable. Like, he was like, oh, like, the time that you, like, put your hand on my shoulder and said, like, something, you too, bud, or something. I'm like, yeah, you too? Like, that implies that he started the conversation, right? Like, that wasn't my fault. You fucking initiated it, and now you want to be a victim about it? Fuck you. So he fucking does this. He does this, all this. And I'm like, fuck you. I have been so patient. You literally just compared me to your abuser. Fuck you. I don't need to know about your abuser. You know what I need to know about? Why the fuck are you messaging me now? Why now? After I call you out, like, that's the only reason you decide to reply? So I give him a thorough fuck you, a very, very thorough fuck you. And I'm like, yo, like, you gotta be fucking accountable. Like, I'm fucking do it. And he blocked me on Facebook. He blocked me on Facebook and he deleted my comments. That's so funny. No, it's actually not funny. I'm devastated. What the fuck? Like, I'm so rude. I'm gonna have to see this guy in public. Like, somebody's gonna have to hold me back because I'll stalk him. I swear to God. But, like, it just pisses me off because, like, here's the thing. I have a point, just so you know. White boys get away with everything. Like, they can do anything. Everybody's like, oh my God, so charming. Like, look at, he has no melanin. Oh my God, he's so cute and he was sad. Oh no, white vulnerability. What a fucking, no. He sucks. He literally, his poetry is just like a Dr. Seuss novel fast forwarded. Like, it's just like he says it fast and that's a poem. Like, he does not, my point, he was ranked the top poet of the last competitive season. I came in second, which, like, I'm not upset about being second. Like, that's great. Like, whatever. But it's the fact that he came first. He came first with his oppressive ass, oh my God, they called me gay. And then I do a poem about being gay and they're like, I don't like it. Like, hello? Give me a 7. Fuck you for a 7. Like, what is this? I don't understand. Like, no, I do understand. White privilege. This is my point. White privilege. Y'all got so much privilege, you don't even know. Like, like this guy's benefiting from a Black and Indigenous art form and not saying, I messaged him with that. I'm like, yo, like if you're gonna post a fucking big ass status like that, mention the fact that like, mention where you come from, mention where your poetry comes from, because it's not from you, it's not from your people. Like, it is a Black and Indigenous art form. He's not. Colonizers stay colonizing. They really do. I'm doing my fucking best, all right? I'm doing my fucking best. So I've been super patient. I'll do my best to stay patient. I will. But like, do you see what it's doing to me? All right, that's it. That's my set.
All right. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Just to let you know, we actually have the person that she was talking to in the room right now. Surprise!
Oh, Liam, what's up?
V9. We invited them. I'm just joking. I'm totally joking. That's not true.
Yo, I'll throw hands. I swear to God. Come through the fucking webcam. I swear.
Yeah. Okay. Also, yes. So what you're saying is not all lives matter. That's what you're trying to say. I understand that. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to mention though is, so you wanted to make sure that you got through this and you let people know the whole point of what you're talking about is the concept that this specific person and white boys be colonizing.
Like, okay, that's not okay. All right, true.
I just wanted you to wrap up with what the full, just to make sure it's clear. That's all. That's all I wanted to
Okay,
make.
so it's not just about the white boys colonizing. Like, it's the fact that like, when somebody is providing you labor, regardless of how they approach it, regardless of how they articulate it, you don't, like, that's it. You thank them and you do better. Like, you don't make a fucking show of it. Like, you can ask questions, be like, hey, like, can I know more about, like, the way you feel about this or that? Like, you can do those things. You can ask. But, like, to be that upset that you have to send me a novel, like, never try to justify your ignorance. Don't do it. We know why you're ignorant, because you get to be. It's a privilege to be ignorant. Like, it really is. Like Black people, by the time they're 6, they're basically a PhD in oppression. Like, it happens, you know? Like, you gotta eat.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, don't use your privilege. Yeah, you're done. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's why I just wanted to clarify. I just wanted to make sure that that we got the exact point of that. So thank you so much. Guys, one more time, give it up for Salva. Opening up, sharing that. We do appreciate it. That is so awesome of you to be able to use our platform to be able to share the stories that's happening in your life in that way. I do think that it's very valuable and important to be able to connect to our privilege, like understanding privilege in this way. I don't know if you know what this is. This is my button maker. Someone was like, what is this red thing that's in your screen? Like, it just looks like a sex toy of some sort. Okay. Out of here. But yes, so thank you, Silva. Okay, very important. I think it's very important. So, and that's very valuable for us to also be able to listen. One of the things that I do want to also mention is the idea of the difference between, and I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer. I'm just saying for myself, what works really well is the call in compared to a call out. If anybody, which Silva has done multiple times with me with the call in, it's like, just letting you know that like you are going through, you know, something and like, this is not the right way to approach it. You are wrong in the situation and I want you to get better. And it's like, you're treating a person like as a human and like, you're like, this is the situation kind of thing. So I do appreciate that. And I think that this is a space to be able to grow and learn, you know? So I do think that it's very valuable to be able to, but at the same time, like you said, sometimes you can't say it nicely if it's wrong, you know? It's like the Jagmeet Singh thing that just happened right now. It's like, there is no nice way to tell somebody that they were being racist, you know, like that's pretty much what was going on in that situation. So that situation was very uncomfortable in that way. Okay, great. So we got to keep the show rolling, but thank you again one more time. Give love to Salva. Thank you for sharing yourself. We always appreciate your insights. So our next performer, it is just amazing to be able to like see their multiple performances. We first saw them at Rise Poetry and they blew us away. Myself and Annie were literally like online looking up their music for like weeks and we would just listen to it together and we're just like, whoa. And then we got an email to be like, hey, you gotta come out and check me out. And it was just amazing to be able to see like so much music that's been released online. So if you wanted to check it out, we will put the link in the chat in a little bit. But give a huge round of applause right now for the incredible Jay Light.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yo.
Everybody, I hope everyone's doing great tonight.
Go on.
I think I've filed after Silver second time, and it never gets any easier. Powerhouse performer, love, and everyone else performed so far, amazing work. My name is Jay Light. I am from New York City. I moved to Toronto in October, and now I'm sort of stuck here because I can't go across the border and come back because they won't let me come. So I'm a house artist, house music artist, and DJ producer. So I'm gonna do some music for you guys tonight, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So this is all original music that I created, written, produced, performed. So enjoy it. A little dancey vibe, yeah? This is called Can't Let You Go, featuring my best friend, Christian Page. I think you were brought down right here from heaven to test me, to see how far my mind could melt before I went full crazy. Push me to my limit, padded room, I should be in there, but there's always something that makes me fall back in love with you, 'cause I can't let you go. No matter how I try, Lord knows I can't let you go. And I don't know why. You gave me love, then crushed it, rolled it up, then puffed it, blew that shit right back in my face. Can't let you go. I just can't let you go. I can't let you go. I just can't let you go. Fuss and fight all day and night like punching info, work with mandatory overtime, but still your smile still shines. Can't believe our love's so tragic, but you're my bad habit. Yet still I just can't seem to give you up. Damn, I'm stuck, 'cause I can't let you go. No matter how I try, Lord knows I can't let you go. And I don't know why. You rocked my world, then crushed it, rolled it up, then puffed it, blew that shit right back in my face. But I can't let you go. I just can't let you go. I can't let you go. I just can't let you go. Tell me, what's a man to do when the best part about him is you, but you treat him so damn cruel? Time has come, we should be through. What's a man to do when you treat him so damn cruel? Better off not one but two, but I'm still in love with you. Said I'm still in love with you. Still in love with, still in love with, still in love with you. Still in love with, still in love with, still in love with you. Still in love with, still in love with, so in love with you. But I can't let you go. I just can't let you go. I can't let you go. I just can't let you go. You took my heart, then crushed it, rolled it up, then puffed it, blew that shit right back in my face. But I can't let you go. I just can't let you go. I can't let you go. Damn, I just can't let you. Just can't let you, let you, let you, let you go. We're gonna keep it going. So yesterday, I released my first EP under the J-Light brand on Juneteenth, and it's called Full Grown Music, Volume 1. And this is one of the tracks on there. I'll put the link in the bottom. Thank you. All my bullshit did this, and now your touch I so miss. What I wouldn't give for one kiss. Could sit all day reminisce on what I've put you through. My shot at love I blew. Could it be honest? It's true. The hurt wish I could undo. The hurt wish I could undo. The hurt wish I could undo. This hurt wish I could undo. Could it be honest? It's true. My shot at love I blew. The hurt I've put you through. Could sit all day reminisce what I wouldn't give for one kiss. Cause now your touch I so miss. But my bullshit did this. I see you, Ash.
Check out Samuel too.
Yes.
Work it, Ash. Take that poop there.
All my bullshit did this, and now your touch I so miss. What I wouldn't give for one kiss. Could sit all day reminisce on what I've put you through. My shot at love I blew. Could it be honest? It's true. The hurt wish I could undo. Could it be honest? It's true. My shot at love I blew. The hurt I put you through. Could sit all day reminisce what I wouldn't give for one kiss. Cause now your touch I so miss. But my bullshit did this. Thank you. So I am a gay male, and we do some shit differently sometimes. If you didn't know, now you know. Only Gay Pride Month.
Shake it, brother.
Black Music History Month as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a little something to take home with you for this one. Deep kiss, pressed lips with the tongue, sugar cane on his mouth, sweet tooth, river run, eyes closed, fantasy, mentally on go, heart pound, hit the beat, take it nice and slow, embrace, fuck the chase, head like I did, get close, lock tight, paralyzed from the fear, relax, blood flow, let her into the groove, feel the bass, get low, skin touch, fireworks ignite, feel the heat turn up, watch the lights explode, just can't get enough stress, feel like you're direct in the pleasure zone, the world so full, you be all alone for a moment in time, our souls take flight, they tell us it's wrong, but it feels so right, they tell us it's wrong, but it feels so right, they tell us it's wrong, but it's on tonight. Hey. But that first good kiss, that magnetism, that energy, that first good kiss, woo! You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's about to go. 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 It's about to go down. Deep kiss, pressed lips with the tongue, sugar cane on his mouth, sweet tooth, river run, eyes closed, fantasy, mentally on go, heart pound, hit the beat, take it nice and slow, embrace, fuck the chase, head like I did, get close, lock tight, paralyzed from the fear, relax, blood flow, settle into the groove, feel the bass, get low, skin touch, so fireworks ignite, feel the heat turn up, watch the lights explode, just can't get enough stress, make I get direct in the pleasure zone, the world so full, we are alone for a moment in time, our souls take flight, they tell us it's wrong, but it feels so right, they tell us it's wrong, but it feels so right, they tell us fuck them, it's going down tonight. Hey, 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 It's about to go. 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 It's about to go down. Feel it. Oh. Woo! Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. This is my first showcase, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. You can find me at findjlight.com. You can find my new music there, find my Twitter, my social media. Again, findjlight.com. That's me, Full Grown Bear.
Full Grown Bear, love it.
Thank you so much.
We're feeling it, Grown Bear, loving it.
Thank you.
Totally feeling it. That was amazing. Guys, I told you it was going to be magic. Give it up, everybody. Unmute yourselves. Give lots of love to J Light right now.
Yeah, baby. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Woo.
I appreciate it so much.
Yo, come visit us anytime. You are so magic. We love celebrating you. We love everything that you do. We're so happy for you to be able to release your music online. And it's amazing that you're producing and creating all of that. It's just so beautiful to be able to see. And clearly there's so much work that goes into it, but the way you connect to it, just very clear that it's all your work and all the effort that you put into it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Size.
Sure. One more time, everybody. I know you got it in you. Unmute yourselves. Give lots of love to J Light.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, baby. It's so good.
All right.
In the house.
My goodness. I feel weird sending the camera back to me after J Light just because there was so much vibing in there. I was like, I just wanted to leave it on J Light for longer. Just feeling that. But yes, happy Pride Month. Definitely. It was also, you said it was celebration of Black Music Month as well. Did you say?
In America, at least.
In America. Okay, great. Let's bring that to Canada. We got to bring that to Canada. So that's great. We got to share that as well. So thank you so much. And what a beautiful time to be able to have that. So thank you again for being on the show. And we are going to have a discussion in a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to stick around, but we'd love to hear a bit of your insights. And yeah, so thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that so much.
Yes, awesome. Oh my goodness, guys. So I also wanted to make sure, I wanted to check in with our wonderful co-host, Adrian. He's going to let you know a little bit about the discussion we're going to have after our headlining act. Did you want to just let them know what types of stuff we're going to be talking about really quickly?
Well, we're going to talk about, the Juneteenth and the solstice, and we're going to bring it back to the George Floyd and what's going on with the Black Lives Matters, just to give space to it, because it's important that if anybody has something they want to share, that they have a chance to talk about it. And if you have something, some experience, a story you want to share, it's important that we share our lived experiences, because that's how we learn. Because if you've never heard that someone experiences racism from taking the bus or taking the TTC, then you're never going to understand it, and you're not going to be able to advocate for better laws or better social services or something. So, yeah, so we're going to talk about some of that stuff in the discussion.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, really appreciate that, Adrian. Okay, so our next performers, it was a moment of serendipity. I don't know if anybody out there knows the word serendipity. If you've ever watched a show, I fucking talk about it every week, okay? It is literally my spirit word. I love it so much. It just really resonates with me. The idea, the definition of serendipity is the aptitude for making desirable discoveries by accident. So you're actually creating the life and the strength that you have inside of yourself to be strong enough or understanding enough to be able to notice when these beautiful gifts that are being given to you in your life. That is what it's all about. And our next performers are the exact manifestation of this. On my birthday, well, it was a couple days before my birthday, my roommate was like, hey, I was just wondering, what did you want to do for your birthday? And I was like, a show, for sure. There's nothing that I want to be doing during my birthday than to be specifically doing a show. That's just what I love doing. And then, so we started inviting people, we started having different performers, booking, whatever. And then on the day of, I was told about our next performers, and they tour the world. They are incredible musicians, and we're so blessed to have them. You can feel the love when they're performing. You feel the love when they're creating. And I have only hung out with them one time physically, but I told them today that I already missed them, you know, because I felt that. I really felt like I need more of them in my life. So I want everybody to give a huge round of applause to the absolutely incredible, the wonderful, indivisible, the duo. Give it up right now, everybody. Huge round of applause.
Guys, are we on right now?
There you are.
First of all, thank you so much for having us again.
Thanks for coming.
It's so awkward. It's like I want to see your faces.
It's fine. Don't worry about the face. Let's talk to the
All right,
family.
all right,
Talk to the family.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, the Indivisible Duo. Ash, it's so good to see your face. Thank you so much for dancing with me. Woo. Okay.
Let's it's okay. Let's start with the song.
Let's just start with the song.
We'll go from there.
Yeah. Reach for the light, for the world is full of darkness. Reach for the light to let us see. Reach for the light to escape the shadows. Let the light guide you back to me. Hold on to me and dance me through the night. Breathe unto me, I'll give you new life. I've been waiting for you to arrive. So follow me back into the light.
Awesome.
That was the song
Yeah.
we all heard.
So beautiful, man.
Artery
Sam.
event. And that was the very first time we met this beautiful collective of people. Now I'm just gonna hand it over to Sam to do the next piece.
If I'm being honest, I'm in a weird place. I'm in a weird place for a number of reasons. I'm in a weird place because of the fact that the world is in a weird place. I'm in a weird place because it's only been a month since we got home from playing music on cruise ships, and
We can barely hear you, Sam.
sorry, just a second. How's that?
Way better.
So, it's only been a month since we got home from playing music on cruise ships, and I think lucky for, I'll say, the ship that we specifically came from, the majority of the crew have been sent home. Unfortunately for other ships that were immediately kicked out of their home ports, however, there's a lot of them still floating around. There have been many negative consequences to the situation, so I feel like I'm in a weird place because of that. And then George Floyd happened, and then my anxiety shot through the roof because I was worried about my dad, who's currently working out of New York State. Not to be heavy, but for context, I started reflecting on a lot of things that, for lack of better words, people like to pretend isn't happening until it's happening. And unfortunately for Black people, and unfortunately for Indigenous folks, it's our consistently lived reality, you know. So it's been a difficult couple of days. That being said, there's a lot of learning happening. There's a lot of educating happening. There's a sense of responsibility that's present, even though I've heard many times that it's not the responsibility of those who have been oppressed to educate those who are either doing the oppressing or have no idea that it's freaking happening, you know, even though it's been happening since the 1800s, if not earlier. There's an unbroken pattern of sort of pretending, depending on who you are and what your demographic is, that certain issues are not an issue simply because they're not your lived reality, you know. And unfortunately, that bleeds over into education, that bleeds over into our social lives, that bleeds over into our society and the systems that are meant to take care of us. So it's a very uncomfortable place to be. I'm actually taking a break off of social media right now because of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a song by Sam Cooke. And the song, even though it was written several decades ago, I'll say, is still relevant today. I was born by the river in a little tent, and oh, like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, and I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I'll go to the movie and I'll go downtown. Somebody keep on telling me, boy, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change will come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother. I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. There's been times that I thought I wouldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been a long time coming, but I know
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That was amazing.
Beautiful thing I've ever.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
It's a difficult place.
Thank
to
you,
be.
Sam.
Thank you guys.
It was one of the best performances I've ever seen. Like that was so beautiful.
I need to go back to the sense of responsibility that I talked about. There's this idea people have that because of the oppression that we've been through, it's not up to us to let white people or anybody else who's been oppressing us in any way, shape, or form know that we've been hurt. That's not accurate. I don't believe that it's accurate. Like Anto mentioned and Salva mentioned, there's a point at which you have to call in and make it known that you are working from a place of pain, because sometimes that's all you got. It's not a place that you should live in. It's not the core of who you are. It doesn't define you. It's not everything about who you are, but the world that we live in, and specifically the part of the world that we live in, has written policies, politically and otherwise, that have defined the way that we behave, the way that we act, the way that we interact with each other and the system that we live in. And I think at some point, it is our responsibility to say something about it. It is our responsibility to open our mouths and say, hey, you've hurt us for a very long time, and something needs to change. And so I am very proud of those who have continued to do so. I am very proud of those who continue to stand by us. And for those who choose to stand by us, my only piece of advice is don't beat yourself up about it either. You are not responsible for what your ancestors chose to do, but you are responsible for changing the consequences of what has been done. So, something to keep in mind. In the meantime,
on the note of change, our next song is our favorite song by Eric Clapton.
That's Sam.
So y'all may know this song. Feel free to sing along. If I could reach the stars, I'd pull one down for you. Shine it on my heart, so you could see the truth. This love I have inside is everything it seems. But for now I find it's only in my dreams that I can change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. And if I could change the world.
if I could be king, even for a day, I'd take you as my queen. Yeah.
there's no other way. And I love would roll this kingdom that we made. Till then I'd be a fool, wishing for a day I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. Maybe if I could change the world. Change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, but if I could change, baby, if I could change, baby, if I could change the world.
Yeah. Woo! So good.
That was great.
So good.
Woo!
That was beautiful.
Sam and
Good
Sam.
job, guys.
On that note, what I will say, change is going to be slow. Sadly, that's just the fact of the matter. It's going to be slow to the point where it's going to feel painful. But we have to maintain hope in the fact that the change is coming and that the change is happening. So, thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Wow, you guys, so beautiful. So happy you're here. So happy you're here.
My goodness.
Thank you so much for lending your voice and your art and creativity. It was really fun to watch.
Yes. And what's the best place to be able to see what it is that you guys are working on?
So, right now, some of that is going to be very private and hidden and behind the scenes because we're working on some original music. However, we will be releasing I'll say, let's start it this way. Our current setup is also set up for live streaming. I got to do a couple tests on that before we start doing it. But we will be on Facebook at Indivisible or Indivisible Music or Indivisible Duo, sorry. And also on Instagram, Indivisible Duo. And then we will also be on YouTube as well. So if you can find us on the Facebook page, usually what we'll do is we'll share all the resources from there. And then anywhere that you want to find us, you can absolutely find us. Thank you very much.
Instagram, Facebook.
And
that's it.
All right, everybody, give a big round of applause. That was an amazing, amazing performance.
You guys are awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, come back every Saturday.
yes, please. Everybody, I want you guys out there, if if your mic is muted, just unmute yourselves and just, everybody, let's cheer right now. I want to just give so much love to them for opening up this way. It was so powerful to be able to watch that. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Now after your set, Maya, I could finally tell you that you could actually see everybody. You don't have to just be staring at your own faces. You just go to the top corner and it says speaker view, and then click that, and then it'll change it to gallery view. Okay, cool. Yay, faces. All right, great. Well, thank you again for doing the show. We really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it so much. You guys are so talented. We're so lucky to be able to have you guys on the show. Just to be able to see the way you guys look at each other makes me barf in the cutest way. There's just clearly you guys have worked so much together and love so much. I really love it. And amazing to be able to see such an incredible duo. And we're really lucky to have you guys on the show. And every time I see you, like the first time I saw you guys, you blew me away. This time, I don't even know how to describe it. Blowing me away doesn't even describe it. It was just another level. And just to be able to hear your insights, Sam, I think it really changes just the vibe of the room to be able to see like how serious you are about it, but in such like a loving way. And we really do appreciate you coming in here and sharing. It was healing, you know, very healing for us to have that. So we absolutely love that. And your voices were crazy good. I had to stop singing along for a moment because I just wanted to listen to you guys. But I was singing along, and I know that my neighbors absolutely hate me now. The houses are they hate me, and I'm just like, Eric, clap and say, oh, you know, I was just loving it. So thank you again for being on the show. We gotta definitely keep the show rolling, but it is 11/11. So everybody out there, it is the summer solstice. It's 11/11. So get ready right now. Make a wish. If your time has changed to 11/12, it's because I've been talking this whole time, so I apologize. I took your wish away. But you can take the next minute and make that wish. I'm gonna take about 30 seconds and make that wish. Okay. Oh. Yeah.
You're so corny, Anto. I love it.
All right, guys. So we got to go to the next thing. I love that two of my producers on the show literally unmuted themselves to tell me I'm trash. Thanks, guys. So we got. Oh my God, Sam, that is literally the best picture ever. I want to do comedy to just that profile picture. I want to be able to tell jokes, and it's like Sam just like okay, love it. So Adrian is gonna actually lead us in a bit of a discussion. We do only have 10 minutes for the discussion, so please keep your comments. Just keep it around 30 seconds to a minute if you don't mind. We want to be able to get as many people's insight as possible, and we do want to share. And we will be, obviously, after the show, having another discussion as we usually do. But we wanted to make sure that we took some time to be able to acknowledge that there is a lot of things that we want to be able to speak about on this. So, Adrian, if you'd be able to take it away, bud.
Thanks, Anto. Thank you, Sam. That was absolutely amazing, brilliant. Sam and Sam Cooke. Well, now we know Sam Soga and Sam Cooke. Now we know where you get your inspiration from. You're probably Sam Cooke reincarnated. How about that? Beautiful, beautiful. I just want to say that I love how you shared your experiences and how you felt, and that was awesome. You said change is going to take time. Well, it's taking too long a time. Yesterday was Juneteenth. June 19th, 1865 is when the slaves were officially freed in Texas. And well, you know, in 1962, Martin Luther King had his famous "I Have a Dream." 1963 had his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. That was 100 years after Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation, and now another 60 years later, we're still waiting. So change is coming, but you know, we've got to make the change ourselves. And the Martin Luther King speech project, I'm gonna put the link to this in the chat, because if it's about 14 minutes, and if you want to watch that at some point, please do, because it's brilliant. And it's a great opportunity to see how amazing this gentleman was, and how what he wrote 60 years ago is still relevant today. You know, so the slaves were freed in 1965, and then emancipation, and then the March on Washington speech in 1963. And you know what? Mass incarceration started in the 80s. That's another form of slavery. I don't know if you guys pay attention to that, but when the war on drugs was started in the 80s by Ronald Reagan and continued by the Bush administration, basically they were just locking up Black and Hispanic people just for small drug possession. And right now there are millions of Black men and Indigenous and Latin American people in jail, basically just running the economic system of the South and a large part of the American economy, which is a shame. So people, the Blacks and the Hispanics and people of color in the States are still not free. we're still waiting for our freedom.
Discussion.
Yes, discussion. Thank you. I was just gonna get there. So the point though is that how do we get through this? We get through this because we have to understand our lived experiences. So we have to understand that racism it does exist, and it's systemic. Systemic means that it's built into our system, and we have to write it out of our system. And the only way to understand that is to share that it really does hurt. And Veronica started off this evening by sharing how her experiences through her children's experiences. So I'm going to open up the discussion for people to share their stories of racism, or if they experienced it, or what it means to them, because we really need to understand this in order to move forward. So who'd like to go first? Anyone to put their hand up? Anyone wants something to share? I mean, I've been sharing all night, so it's time for somebody else to share. Crystal, do you want to share something? Sam, do you want to share something?
Yeah, sure, I will, but I missed the question because I took my headphone out.
Okay.
The second
So,
you asked it. So what am I sharing?
your question, just share something if you have an experience of racism, or what it means to you, or if you've experienced it, just so we know what our lived experience is like.
Of course, not just experienced for myself, but I've seen it happen for other people.
Yeah.
Well, let me think about one time that I've experienced it. Okay. When I was 19, I was looking for a new place to live, and I'd already done a basement apartment, and I'd already done like a room. So I wanted to move into a condo at this point, like, you know? So I went to a bunch of different areas, and then I found a really nice, like a nice, affordable, and amenity appropriate spot. And this was in like a predominantly Indian neighborhood. So that's when I experienced probably the most extreme racism I've ever experienced in my life, funnily enough. And I had a landlord, as soon as we met in public, like in the lobby of the building, he immediately changed his tone. Over the phone, he was excited to meet me. Like, it sounded like we were good to go. I already had my paperwork ready. Like, I knew what I wanted. When I got there and he saw me, he's like, well, this isn't really for students. This is mostly like well-off people, families, international people. And I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I don't really care about the demographic of the building. This is where I want to live. It's close to school, and it's close to the type of nature that I need access to. And he wasn't having it. He just found every excuse in the book and kept bringing it back to finance, really, that I couldn't live there. And I ended up living in that exact same condo, realistically, because I really wanted it. But when I did live there, I also experienced racism because, like, the same types of people lived in that neighborhood. Everybody kind of stayed in their clique. It was a lot of like sneers as you walk past them, or like, say I was wearing something like this, a lot of the older ladies would look at me and like whisper amongst each other, cross the street when we're on the side of the street that they're on, you know, just strange, like ignorant, microaggressive racism. And, oh, perfect, I'm gonna bring up another experience. I've experienced internalized racism. I'm biracial or multiracial, and half of my family is Nigerian. So you would think that like I wouldn't experience racism from Black family as a Black woman, but a lot of the people on the Nigerian side, pretty much like 90% of them married white, they have so much internalized racism that they don't really respect their half white, half Black grandchildren. Like, I may be multiracial, but I'm not half white and I'm not half Black. So there's like some strange twisted colorism that goes on in the Black community, which is also a form of racism. And it stems from what's the word for this?
Colonization.
Colonialism. Yeah. So those are some of my experiences with racism. Like, of course, there's so many. I'm desensitized. Like, it doesn't really affect me in my day-to-day life just because I'm desensitized. I've had so many different types of experiences, and I look at it from a very psychological standpoint. So it doesn't bother me, but I see how it can bother others, and I see the negative effects that it has on people's confidence, their self-esteem, just like the way they get to interact with other people in society. So we got to do our part to get rid of that, I think.
We do. Well, thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm glad that you still got your condo and you're enjoying it.
Oh, no, not anymore. I lost that condo. Now I live in a basement apartment with a bunch of strangers. Again.
Does anyone have anything they'd like to share? A story, experience, comment? Riza, do you have anything you want to share? No?
About racism?
Yeah, have you ever experienced it?
See, probably, but I might not have experienced understanding it, or, knowing what was happening while I was happening. I'm kind of oblivious to my surroundings.
Right.
I know for the most part, darker skin is not seen as pleasant or as nice as lighter skin is in the community, at least my Bengali community.
Right.
There's always been a bit of a preference for lighter skin growing up. I was thinking about this earlier. I actually used skin lightening cream when I was younger.
Oh, you did, eh?
Because I went to Bangladesh and, I opened a drawer and there was Fair and Lovely, and I wanted to be fair and lovely. So I used that for a moment in my life till I realized how terrible and toxic that was, so there's always been a bit of that in the community. So
Interesting.
I haven't, go on.
I was going to say that, you know what, I've found that at this day and age in Jamaica, where I live, way up in the hills, where my family's from, people still use skin lightening cream. I know of a couple young men who've gone from dark like me to light like an Anto, and it's just like, yo, bro, what happened, And come on, bro, I've all love, and it's funny because even at this day and age, it's still happening, and it's just like, it's just so ingrained, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, and the biggest celebrities are there promoting it as well. Fair and Handsome for Men, promoted by Shah Rukh Khan, the superstar or superstars, is still seen as darker skin is still seen as somewhat dirty, which is, it's shameful, but I don't know. Yeah. I think it's all just part of what we've been led to believe, right?
It does. It does. Our media shapes so much of what
programming.
Yeah,
it's programming, and we really have to fight that programming and re-educate ourselves, and that's what we're trying to do right here, is to understand how ingrained it is and how hard how hard it is going to be, and how hard it is, and what it's going to take to really get past that. But I'm looking at the screen here, and I see people from all backgrounds and shades of color, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, I'm going to open up give you one last chance for someone to share something. Jay, you want to share something?
Yeah, I want to just share something real quick, because I don't know who is or who isn't on this feed or who's listening. I have come to a fork in the road as a Black gay male dealing with all of this, because a lot of experiences, not mine personally, thank God. Yes, love Toronto. Has been feelings coming from both sides of the planet, of being a gay male and being a Black male, because we are very much at the bottom of the pole, and there are then Black and females, and then it gets trans, it gets deeper and deeper. We have to make sure that when we are fighting for rights, we fight for rights of everybody. It's not just, oh, you get your rights, but then when it comes to us or the other people, it's like, nah, we ain't got time for that, because I am Black and I'm queer and I can't change either one of them. So we got to make sure that when we're fighting for all Black lives, we are fighting for all Black lives. Don't let it become like, oh, we got our rights for the Black community. And it's like, well, fuck those faggots over there. Fuck them. They didn't do anything for us in the first place. When the Black gays have been fighting alongside the people forever. We have given you hip hop, house, music, dance, all the fucking culture Black people appreciate has come from people who are not cisgendered males and females. But they like to deny that fact when it comes to wearing their pants down, wearing Gucci, Prada, dancing like this, listening to music, that it came from Black queer people. So we need to make sure that when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not going down to the bar the next day and beating up some gay men and gay women and trans women for being who they are. And on that note, cheers to you. This is my nighttime medicine.
Yes.
I'm gonna need some too. Thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, Anto, we're gonna pass this on. Let's get to the open mic.
Thank you so much, guys. That was so powerful to be able to hear your stories. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. We continue to want to be able to support the stories and the voices of the Black community. Every single week, we will be taking time to be able to listen to the stories. Next week, we'll be able to do it a little bit earlier, hopefully, but we really do appreciate you guys listening and sharing them. It really does impact us and make us learn quite a lot, but also be able to connect to you guys and the stories that you guys have. So we are going to move into the open mic. We're really excited because we have multiple community members who have come back more than one time, and they're now going to be sharing. Our first performer has actually, this is the second time they're doing the open mic. We're actually going to have them feature for sure very soon, because you will see their voice is just absolutely amazing. And the story in which how they ended up here, they're welcome to share later, or I could tell you after they're done performing. But you've got to check out this amazing, amazing talent. We'll be able to share their Instagram after as well. So give a big round of applause for Carla Abelos, everybody.
Hi.
Yay.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna be singing Pray by Sam Smith, just because I thought it was a really nice song. Okay. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
I'm nervous, even though it's the second time, but
It's okay. It's all good.
I'm young and I'm foolish, made bad decisions. I block out the news, turn my back on religion. Won't have no degree, I'm someone naive. I made it this far on my own. But lately that stuff ain't been getting me higher. I lift up my head and the world is on fire. Sorry. In my heart, and I just don't know what to say. Maybe I'll pray, baby, I'll pray. I never believed in you, no, but I'm gonna pray. You won't find me in church reading the Bible, but I am still here and I'm still your disciple. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging you please. I'm broken, alone and afraid. No, I'm not a saint, I'm more of a sinner. I don't want to lose, but I feel for the winner. And I try to explain, the words aren't away. That's why I am sitting here today. Maybe I'll pray, baby, I'll pray. I'll pray for a glimmer of hope. Maybe I'll pray. Maybe I'll pray. I've never believed in you, no, but I'm gonna. Won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? Let's talk about freedom. Everybody prays in the end. Everyone prays in the end. Won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? Let's talk about freedom. Everyone prays in the end. Everyone prays in the end. Oh, I'm gonna pray, baby, I'll pray. Pray for a glimmer of hope. Maybe I'll pray. Pray, maybe I'll pray. I never believed in you, no, but I'm gonna pray.
Woo! Awesome. Love
I
it.
didn't ruin your ears, guys.
Yo,
Oh, you
I
kidding?
wasn't sure how loud I was, but
Oh, perfect.
So good.
thank you. I'll be back next week. But
amazing. Guys, wow. I can't believe you have to look at this face after that face. That was so great. My goodness, that was so powerful. And just to be able to see, like, again, just the growth already just from the last performance, you could already see, like, you're more, like, even though you said that you're nervous and whatever, it's like, you could just tell that, like, you, like, picked up the mic and you're just like, oh, this is my water bottle. Like, you went right in, you know? So it's always so amazing to see you slowly grow, and, like, we're so excited for you to come join us and for you to continue to share with us. That was such a powerful performance, and as you can see, the people are writing in the chat how awesome it is that they were able to enjoy your beautiful music. So thank you again for doing the show. One more time, unmute yourselves. Give lots of love to Carla Abelos, everybody. Yes. Woo!
thanks, guys.
Carla, let everybody get your Instagram. Just put it into the chat so people could add you. And you have a great page where you're sharing some music that you're singing as well. So definitely be able to check her out on Instagram.
Okay, thanks, Santo.
No worries. Okay, we got to keep the show rolling. But next, we actually have the wonderful performer. She actually is going to be sharing a story with us this evening. If everybody can give a big round of applause right now for Sam coming up next.
Hey, Sam.
Yes, the female Sam. This is my first time actually doing storytelling. So I've always been a sarcastic, horrible person making jokes about things. But then this, I don't know if I want to share this, but like there was sort of a personal tragedy on Sunday, and it was related to bullying, and a person I knew committed suicide. So, and I've been very passionate about just do not bully people who are different from you. And then I've been working with Veronica, and she's been giving me loads of helpful tips. So I finally finished writing the story, and this is the first time I'm going to share this. So,
woo!
Yeah.
There's something about rain that pulls me towards it. The world turns a shade of blue, gray and black, but it doesn't push you down a dark abyss. You can hear the slowly rising crescendo of winds and the gentle pitter-patter of raindrops falling in various degrees of thickness. And if I close my eyes, if I dare to close my eyes, I can travel. I can travel to Edinburgh on Princes Street at 17, past the magnificent facade of the Edinburgh Castle as the grey clouds shroud the sun and throw a magnificent light on it. I walk fast, unafraid to get wet, but scared to let my newly put DSLR drown in the growling Scottish rain. The wide road narrows as I turn right, the slope getting steeper with each step, and I know I shall be home in a minute and a half. If I chance to look towards the end of the slope, I will be able to see our White House right at the edge, and my mum and dad sitting up in the conservatory with their customary evening tea and biscuits. I increase my pace, because I really want to experiment with my new camera. And with a light jog, turn past a blackberry bush and come to a jolting stop. There is no slope, no bushes dripping with water surrounding me. Gone are the quaint Scottish cottages and the color palette that soothes me. And I'm standing on a long, wide road, a white grey of concrete and stones, but no cobblestones of Edinburgh. I look around me and a sense of doom is upon me, like I'm being placed in a coffin and I'm alive. I can't breathe and I can feel something crushing my chest, and I'm very aware of every breath I force out of me. My feet are heavy and I don't want to walk. I don't want to arrive at my destination. I see a tall brick building with one tungsten light on it, and some girls at the foyer, and I know I don't want to be there. I feel tiny hammers in my head, hitting me just as the raindrops hit the unforgiving concrete road. There is no love, there is no happiness. It's like the soul has been sucked out of me and out of this memory. I close my eyes and open them, and I'm 29, sitting at my balcony in Toronto, looking at the raindrops falling, and I'm a blank canvas. I was diagnosed with grief-induced memory loss and PTSD in January after months of treatment and therapy to develop the rush of images in my head and the sense of doom I would always feel every time something seemingly random would be triggered. I knew something was off. I can hear it in my voice and my accent. Why do I have random Bollywood songs stuck in a loop? When did my accent change? Why does the opening music of Coldplay's Hymn for the Weekend make me want to cry? I moved to Canada in November 2017, but as I trace my memory back, I have only started remembering and storing things since June 2018. And then, like a badly damaged film, I roll back the projector in my head, past the rushes of broken film and negatives, and stop right back in Edinburgh. It's like a 4K film. The sound is exquisite. The images are crystal clear. I remember my daily pilgrimage to the small cafe J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter in, the purple ballet flats I obstinately wore as I trekked to Arthur's Seat, a tiny hillock in the city, and the rain-soaked barefoot walk past Norloch. And then I forward to the next frame at 18 and I lose the images. Only strange voices in a language I know and accents I don't recognize surround me. It almost feels like someone took the tape out of those old VHS cassettes and pushed them back in, and now the video player in my head cannot play them properly, and this makes me very, very angry. I have proof that I have lived and loved. Those were 10 years of my life. I have pictures and degrees and a morphed accent to prove it. I have strangers on my social media claiming to be friends and acquaintances, and yet my brain refuses to open up to those images that feel like I'm stuck in a coffin, buried alive, unable to breathe. I decide to look at the morphed images in my head, and suddenly I'm taken to New Delhi, India. I have just finished high school and have traveled to what is supposed to be my second home, or even my actual home, all the way from the windswept rains of London to the torrid heat of Delhi. I'm sitting in a classroom full of 20-odd students, and I'm excited. I have never been in a room full of people who look like me and have the same interests as me, and I am not different here. We are all physics nerds, and I cannot wait for my first class to start. It will start with a session of kinetic physics and a bit about differential calculus. I had done my homework. The people seem to know each other in the class, I notice. But that's fine. When we break after class, I will talk to them and make more fellow physics nerd friends and bond over Indian food and Bollywood. I really want to watch a Bollywood film with my new friends and not have to explain what is happening to them. Also, I make a mental note to talk about the Large Hadron Collider at CERN and the research around what would later be called the Higgs boson. I was 18, a physics nerd, and very happy to be in India, the land of my people and Sir C.V. Raman, Homi Bhabha, and S. Chandrasekhar. These people made nuclear and quantum physics what it was, and my heart danced with joy as a tiny Indian teacher walked into the room. He was scrawny, and wore a blue t-shirt and jeans with a baseball cap, which he didn't take off. He started the lesson and I was a bit surprised. It was all in Hindi, and as a proud bilingual person, I started translating to English in my notes because I couldn't write Hindi. The lesson was fun and I had a question. I raised my hand and started speaking. He stopped and adjusted his spectacles. He was barely over 25 and with a heavily accented voice asked me to repeat myself. So I did. Sir, could you explain that integration equation again? Very slowly he walked towards me and the room felt very small. The blue walls seemed to close in around me and I wondered if I was the stupidest person in class for asking a question, or were we not allowed to ask questions? He walked over to my desk, his scrawny visage now looming over me, and asked me to repeat myself again. This seemed very odd, and I hesitated. I wanted to erase the last 10 minutes and wished I had never asked the question. I could have called Dad back home and asked him or my best friend. Repeat, he said. Repeat, I did. And then he burst out into a mirthless laughter, his eyes glinting with amusement of a 10-year-old boy plucking wings of a fly. I meant, repeat your question in Hindi, Miss England. I felt like I was thrown into the sea as I struggled against the waves. I quickly translated the question in my head, Hindi, not English, and repeated, and heard what sounded like a heavily British accented Hindi sentence come out of my mouth. He took pleasure in every inflection of my Hindi words and walked back to the blackboard. Fucking British people left this country and we are stuck with amazing people like her, he announced to the class, and my future friends, my physics posee, all joined in the laughter. And the projector in my brain runs out of film, and the images are blurred and indecipherable again. All I'm left with is a feeling of walking alone at night, the dread of what might happen, and the crippling sensation of my heart trying to pump blood and reminding myself to breathe and not be crushed by the coffin I'm in. Ground yourself, I tell myself, and look out of my Toronto flat. I'm 29. In Canada, I am safe. I'm no longer in India.
Yes. What a journey. What a journey.
That was amazing.
You've come so far. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for this.
So nice.
Yes. And it's amazing. It's your first time. So we're going to get you back on again in the future and we'll get you to share more of that. So thank you. Everybody give it one more time. Big round of applause for Sam. Woo! Woo! All right. Thank you so much. We do have to keep the open mic rolling. We have quite a lot of other performers that are coming on. So if you guys don't mind my performers, please keep it to under 5 minutes. 5 minutes is max. So definitely just use your time if you can. But okay, we got to get our next performer on. He's either released his album or it's coming up very soon. I actually making buttons for him at this very time. If you guys want to give a huge round of applause right now for T-Bay.
Hey.
So, yeah, T-Bay.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Here's my boy Ella Bless. Thank you guys for having me. Always FreeFlow.
T-Bay.
I'm gonna preview 3 songs real quick. This first one here is called "You Thought You Knew Me." Set up here. Some unreleased shit. I don't even know about it. I don't even know. You thought you knew me. You thought you knew. I don't wanna go to that. I wanna go. Let me break it off like a cookie. Let me break it off. Maybe we can do something groovy. Oh, something groovy. Oh, you knew me. You thought you knew. I don't wanna go to the movies. Don't wanna go. Let me break it off like a cookie. Let me break it off. Maybe we can do something groovy. Oh, something groovy. Oh, my boy Paul Baker on the beat, an original beat. Hey, maybe we can do something. Yeah, yeah. Hey, maybe we can do. You thought you knew me. You thought you knew. I don't wanna go to the moon. Just don't wanna go. Let me break you off like a toothpick. Let me break you down. Maybe we can do something groovy. Oh, something groovy. Oh, I thought you knew me. You thought you knew. I don't wanna go to the moon. Just don't wanna go. Let me break you off like a toothpick. Let me break you off. Maybe we can do something groovy. Oh, something groovy. Oh, hold on. I'll hit y'all with the verse now. Maybe we can do something. This. Alright, maybe we can do. Surely messing with the older types, but a nigga like me might change your life. I see you glistening like Jesus Christ. Most of the dudes only here for one night. You look like the Gucci and Prada type. She don't even care. She get a lot of likes. 200 on the dash who be out of sight. Wanna take you to new heights. You know me. I don't wanna go to the moon. Just wanna go. After that, we only got 5 minutes. Hella blessed right here, everybody. I'm gonna pass the torch.
Yes. Torch is passed. This is a unnamed song off the tape I got coming called Black Drum. All right.
Yeah. I'm from get it cause I have to. Keep fucking attitude, no cap, nigga, but the nigga gon' catch it. Got a headache, off the air bill, running to the money just to catch it. Got a headache, and the man still run up on the nigga, just show what the man still. Call black Jesus, do that still. Black drum, off the last drum, put that pump, that moves. This beat the boys, never seen a black drum, black man on the black moon. Don't care, speak facts, and you rap too, never seen it, never seen it. To the black moon, bring the nigga right have to. Back and forth, feel like there's a practical, some practical. When I feel practical, just crack my phone. Oh hell nah, oh hell nah. This blood lines go back and forth. You can say it's love, but where the passion though? In my mind, I'm back and forth, back and forth.
That's Hella Bless. Hella Bless, crazy rapper. We're gonna get it like this last song here.
All right.
1 more minute.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I want it all, I'm on my greedy shit. Trying to fly back up to Rome, get on my scenic shit. I got so many styles, not too many weaknesses. I'm always underground, don't even know what week it is. I keep that bass bumping, these niggas counterfeit. They never say nothing, I always represent. Smoking presidential, fuck the president. And that pussy that I'm sending in is heaven sent. Niggas two-faced, like Harvey Dent. Black Superman, I'm Clark Kent. I was busting blows on the park bench. How come all your rhymes be far-fetched? I'm with dope face and dosey dose. Don't fuck with hoes that do the most. Still cop the blunts from the corner store. Devil trying to take me out, but I don't wanna go. Alright, that's it. 5 minutes.
What?
I think that might have been 6.
Give it up for T-Bay, everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, really quickly, I just wanted to show you guys oh shit, wrong page. Give me a second here. I just wanted to show you guys something that T-Bay actually released the other day. It is like literally some next level shit. I can't believe yo, you know that this is magic. Yo, check this shit out, guys. I don't know if you see this shit.
Oh, shit.
This is ridiculous shit.
Y'all aren't ready.
Yo, not ready. But we only got 5 minutes. We only got 5 minutes.
Holy fuck!
So you guys, I want you guys to know though that you guys can check out T-Bay on Instagram at Chili Chicken on Rice. He definitely spelled chili wrong, so that might be hard for you guys to find it. But
Two L's.
yeah, exactly. And also, I wanted to highlight Anybody out there who wants to do more than 5 minutes, just keep saying 5 minutes during your set, and then you can pretend you did 5 minutes. All right? That's the way.
No, don't out.
No, I'm so fucking hyped though for you, man. I can't wait to listen to your music. Yo, that music video looks epic. I'm super hyped about that. One more time, everybody, give lots of love to T-Bay, Chili Chicken on Rice, killing it with Hella Blessed, right? Yo, so that's
Hella Blessed, but I like that. Hella Blessed, Hella Blessed.
Yo, how do you spell it?
It is Hella Blessed, everyone.
What's his name again? Sorry?
Illa Blessed, like you're ill. I'm Illa.
Illa Blessed.
Blessed.
Yo, I'm a fucking uncle right now. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm your uncle watching you guys in your basement on your iPhone, fucking just ripping music videos. And I'm like, yo, Hella Blessed.
Uncle Anto.
Oh, sweet, man. Okay, great. So we gotta keep this rolling. I'm super hyped about our next show, but yes, definitely check out T-Bay. Definitely put your stuff into our chat so people can know where to find you. We're gonna have to move on. Where is Narani? Are you around, Narani? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm here.
There you are.
I'm here.
All right.
Am I next?
You are now. You're happening.
Oh, I'm now. Okay.
Did you need a minute? You need a minute?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. Well, I know Ash is always ready. Where's Ashley?
Ash, do it. Do it, girl.
Yeah, Ashley can take your spot. Not take your spot. You can still go on after.
No
There
problem.
you are. All right, guys, everybody give a big round of applause to the wonderful, one of our co-producers, someone who took care of all my beautiful plants. I don't know if you can see them over here. All my cute little plants over there. Ashley took care of them. Much love.
I like that shit. Show everybody.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Give me a second here. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Where are they at? All right, you see these?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Good work.
accidentally almost killed one of them, though, remember?
That's okay. We almost kill lots of stuff, all right?
Has anybody ever, like, accidentally murdered a money tree by any chance? And how did you do that? Because I just thought you could never do that to a money tree.
Yo, at least it stayed afloat. That's all. So, yes. But, guys, everybody give a big round of applause. Unmute yourselves. Give lots of love to Ashley, supporting all night, putting in the chat, giving lots of love.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, babies.
Yes. Look at your setup now. Oh, you're so grown up.
I know. I'm really excited about this. Actually, I did this all today without any anxiety, which is like the first time, because every time I've done this, I'm just so nervous because I have this like belief in myself that, you know, it's like, you know, a lot of what we're talking about today, like programming and things like that. It's like, I was programmed to think that it was hard for me to learn something new, you know? And so every time I like try to, it's like kind of like this block. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much. I just want to sing a song.
Sing a song. Let's hear it, baby.
Yeah, T-Bay, that was really great, man. Thank you so much. I was like watched the beginning of that and I was like, I gotta see the rest of that. I love it. Okay, so I was just kind of fucking around with something tonight, so I'm just gonna share it with you guys. And drink this delicious coconut silk milk that Daniel bought me last night. Okay. Can you guys hear? I didn't get a sound check, but the guitar. Is that good, Anto?
I can't. It's actually coming in pretty scratchy. I don't know how to. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, really? Scratchy?
You have the microphone in the bottom left.
Uh-huh.
You click the arrow and go into audio settings.
Uh-huh.
Maybe just turn your input volume down a little bit. That might help it, but it sounds like it's clicking maybe.
Oh, really?
That might be the issue.
All right. Well, fuck it. I guess I'm just gonna. It's okay. It's all right, man. It's all a process. I think that's probably.
Try it anyways, babe. Try it.
Okay.
And we'll see how it is.
No worries. My input level. Oh, okay. See. Is that better? All right. Fuck it. I'm just gonna.
It's a little better. It's a little better. Try it.
All right. There was something in the silence. There was something in the silence. Oh. There was something in the nightmare. Yeah. You woke up, they just don't care. No. Had to wake up to see the light, to see the light, to see the light. But I didn't want to give up the fight, oh, inside of myself. Oh, I know. I feel it everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, I feel it. I feel it. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, but love will take us home. And trust your soul. It put you here right now for a reason. Oh, yes, to be the change you want to see. Oh, for everyone. No one gets left behind. Oh. No one gets left behind. Oh.
Yeah. Woo. Awesome.
Wow. That was amazing.
Woo. That's good.
Yeah, just channeling, man. Like, I was like, fuck, I had some lyrics and then I just channeled. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I love you all. So happy you're all here. Please come back every Saturday. Honestly, these are just so healing. Every Saturday are little powwows. And just, you know, really, learning and growing together and being open to do that is hard. And I know Sam actually made some really good points about, you know, it's like confusing things with your own pain. And I've made that mistake during this process, you know, but I'm learning and I'm actually learning now, and it's good because I'm, you know, anyway, I'm very grateful to be here. I love you all very much. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Ash. That was awesome. Love it.
Much. We absolutely love having you perform on our show. We've had you feature on the show and like infinite amount of times, and we absolutely love it. And one day we will get the sound right, but it still doesn't even matter. I fucking love your performances every single week, no matter what. It's so good. And honestly, one of my favorite things is just all your hypeness about the show. And it just makes me so happy to be able to have you here. And yeah, there's nobody that I would have left my plants with. And I don't give a shit if you ended up, almost killing one of them. You and Daniel gave me another money tree, and we're going to just see that money rise. But yes, speaking of money, anybody out there who has the funds, please make sure that you donate to the Gmail that we put there. We will be donating 100% of them to NIA Center for the Arts. We've already contacted them and let them know that we are going to be having that. At this point, we have we have $155 that we're going to be donating this week. Anybody else out there who wants to be donating, we will put our Gmail into the chat as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much so far for being enjoying the show and being here with us. One of the things that we always try to remind everybody is that we are a community here. So if you have any concerns, if you have any ideas of what it is that you're wanting, you have performers that you want to pass on to us and you want to have on the show, please let us know. Somebody you want to try on the open mic, let us know. We're always trying to grow this. We're always trying to vibe together. We're always wanting to grow together. So we really appreciate all the people who come out every single week. I see so many of you guys who come out every single week, like Taylor. Big shout out to you, buddy. Silva's always around here. We got Crystal coming out multiple times as well, which we love. Risa, of course. Velvet, oh, so wonderful. We got Walter. Big shout out to you as well. Evan's performed a couple times as well. Nirani is now one of our wonderful performers here too, and coming out as well. And on that note, maybe I should just introduce Nirani. That'd be wonderful to be able to get them to share. So if you could give a big round of applause right now for Nirani, everybody. Give it up.
Hi guys, hi beautiful people. How are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. That's good. I was talking to Ash earlier. I have a bit of an anxiety like singing live because I'm usually like live on stage or sharing in a room with my friends. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this time to share my screen and just share music that I released like a few months ago, and I hope you enjoy. Let me see. Sorry. Let me know if it's working on your end. It's on SoundCloud.
No.
Yeah, we can't hear it.
You know what, Rarity?
Okay.
If you want to send the link to one of the producers, like Dan or Anto, they can screen share it for you.
Okay, no problem. Maybe I'll just do it next week to save time.
Or I can walk you through it. You can probably get. Are you on a computer or are you on your cell phone?
I'm on my cell phone.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do cell phone then. Sorry.
Okay. What I was gonna do too as well was read like a little poem that I wrote for my friend. He was like going through, with everything that's happening. He was just like going through a bit of emotions and trying to figure out everything. So what I wrote to him was, I see you. I hope to always see you. On a summer afternoon that danced into evening, your tongue let loose and found its way to truths that needed to feel the sun. And the breeze that accompanied it, they became free. I heard you. I hope to always hear you. Your lips need not move, for your eyes are present. I see you. I hope to always see you. So that was it. I usually don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice job. Thank you. I usually don't write poetry, but I just felt in that moment, I guess maybe I needed to hear those words, and yeah, maybe somebody needs to hear it too.
Thank you so much.
You. You're welcome. Thank you,
Joining
guys.
us again.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also just wanted to highlight to everybody too that last week Nirani hung out with us till 7 a.m. Her time. That's how good the conversation got. It's so epic. So
Oh, that's normal for her, Anto.
Why are you trying to take away the epicness of it?
No, Ash is right. I'm an owl for sure.
Join the club.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Nirani. We are going to keep moving forward, but we really appreciate it. And definitely stick around, everybody. We are going to be talking a little bit and hanging out after the show is finished. We do have 2 or 3 performers left. So if everybody wants to give a big round of applause right now to Cami, everybody, give it up.
Whoa.
Hello, guys. Oh my God, I'm huge on the screen. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here. I am from Florida, so like long ways away from you guys, and I found you through a hashtag on Instagram because I felt like doing an open mic a week ago, and I was like, oh, who are these people from Canada? So I'm really excited to be here, and yeah, you guys are awesome, and it's been a really good show. It's totally past my bedtime, so I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm doing an erotic poetry piece. Usually I'm moving around during this piece. This is like the first time that I'll be sitting down doing it. So I'm kind of hoping that it'll still work out, and like, I don't know, you'll get a different experience. I haven't performed this poem since before the virus, where I was just performing it on stages. So yeah. Oh, hold on, my phone is falling. Technical difficulties. And like, I'm in my pajamas too, like no big deal. All right, cool. We're just winging it. It's fine. All right. So I wrote this poem like 4 years ago, and I edited it during jury duty when I found it on my phone. So I think my younger self would kill me for performing it in front of people, but it's awesome. It's good. So here goes. I've laid my head on many strangers' chests and listened to their heartbeats. I listened for the truth that laid bare. I listened for the insecurities, the tenderness, the stories I would never get to hear, the fear. The fear took my words away. The fear stroked silence. And those fucking heartbeats, I wondered when they would go away. And so this time I pressed my body up against a lonely office desk. No heartbeat, just his beautiful, greedy body pounding behind mine. And so I pulled up my leggings and I questioned the air that flowed through my body. It was not mine. It was not mine. I drove home. And as I lay here in this bed, I can feel the pain from all those hearts, from all those hearts, from all that beating. It mourns right here in between my own legs, my shivering to the quakes and strokes I know so deep, except this time it's just me. And with my own hands, it is my own heart I have to feel. And fuck, man, I touch myself just so I can feel my own body coming to life to be taken, and my own energy that I create, and then like go do the universe can have me. I lie here and I think of all my future selves that lie before me, and I must believe they're real. All my future selves that talk to me and root me on and show me where to go. You see, it's what really gets me off, is this idea, this truth that I am, that I'm a beautiful, passionate, stellar, brilliant being. And so I feel my body rise, my breath connected shortens, my legs they ache and then let go, and as I let go, my pussy drips, my soul surrenders. I find myself in a state of absolute bliss, and if I can just hold it, if I can just touch ecstasy, that weightless, pristine feeling, that feeling is God. God it is I touch for a solid period of seconds, and then naturally, almost by the sheer magic of intuitive body signals, without my own instruction, my body falls. The truth, it lays bare, quiet, amidst the lonely sheets. I lay there, with my eyes calm, not yet opened, feeling that wave of passionate aliveness inhabits my body in a quiet room, feeling the remnants of my own heart beating. Thank you.
Woo! Wow.
Woo! Thank you so much for joining us.
Damn.
Fucking incredible.
That was good.
Aww. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a little, the only thing that's challenging is that we didn't see anybody's hands for a while. So you gotta make sure when you join us next time, we gotta have our hands up like this, just because, because the erotic poetry. I didn't know how to explain it, okay? I don't know.
I don't get it.
This is a bad joke.
It was like people were just touching themselves. I don't know. I don't know. Explaining it makes it so much worse. I don't know. Like I was hoping you would get it. I was like, oh no, she's not getting it.
It's like midnight, and I am so like, usually I'm in bed by 10, so I'm like saying this poem like half asleep, but it's cool.
Oh my God, so funny. Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody. Give a big round of applause for Cami for joining us. We'll hope to get you on earlier next time.
No, it's okay. No, I thank you for having me on such short notice. It was really cool, and I've loved watching you guys.
Oh, great. Yeah, the show's fucking dope, eh?
I love it. Hey, I'm going to start saying,
Yeah,
hey,
thank you so
I love
much.
it. I'm being like a true Canadian. Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Do it.
Okay, all right. Let's get into our next performer. Wonderful. Where is Walter? Where is he at? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Out from the lights.
Nice.
There he is.
You hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So I guess, am I the last one?
No, one more performer.
After me? Okay, cool. Then I'll just get this out of the way. Just a little brief poem. Just a little. And then there's the moon. And then there's us. And there's the things our hearts have achieved. The millions upon millions of wondrous things. The great, great float of our ideas, hitting every chakra of the earth with lightning. And when we forget our awesomeness, let the next ones remind us. With their arms full of flowers, fistfuls of moonlight, time of the upheaval, simple as a dog-eared page of the Bible. We know it's real as a rose. All we ever had to smile in the mirror of the life it gives.
Yes, buddy. Yo, the first line of that poem, can you read it one more time? Just the first line?
Sure.
The first couple lines.
The first two, the first one, the first three, what do you guys need?
First two.
And then there's the moon, and then there's us.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. Guys, one more time, get up for Walter, everybody. Yes, love it. I love it. Love it. Oh my goodness. All right, so I need to make sure our final performer is in the room. Turn on your camera if you are there. Fred, are you ready for us? I hope you are. We're so excited. Yes, there he is. Oh my God, look at that smile. Oh, you look like all of the people smiling as well. We had such a wonderful night tonight. We're so glad that you could join us, and you're going to be closing out our show tonight. So if everybody out there wants to give a nice big welcome right now for Fred Hadley, everybody. Unmute yourselves. Give lots of love right there. All right.
All right. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Oh my gosh, like I'm like so honored to be a part of this because like I'm watching everybody else do their poems and do their performances, and there's just so much swag in this room. So I mean, you guys are awesome, so I hope I can kind of keep up with y'all.
Where are you from, Fred?
I am from Tupelo, Mississippi, so quite a bit of ways from you guys. I think there might have been like a little confusion on the time with you guys too, so I do apologize for that. So
that's all right.
Yeah. So hold on, let me get rid of all of this. All right. All right. So also before I start this, I just want to say y'all are like my first Zoom performance. So like I'm nervous, but like for a different reason. Like I'm just hoping like nothing goes wrong with this whole thing. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Encore. Love you. Yeah.
Yes,
encore.
please.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
So, Fred, just really quickly, I don't think any of us were ready for that. That was like you just blew us away. We had no idea what we were in for. I know you. It always happens. The people who come on, they're like, "Oh well, I'm so intimidated and all this stuff," and then they just boom, it was so great. So we don't usually do this, but if you have one in you, if you wanted to do an encore, we would totally would love for you to do one.
Sure.
Don't sound surprised. You're so good.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you so much for doing this. Y'all are awesome.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
this is my first time doing a group like this. This has been great. So thank y'all so much. I'll definitely do one more at the expense of my brothers while they're trying to sleep, but why the hell not?
Yay.
Yo, did you want us to talk to them? Just get them on the camera. We'll tell them off for you if you need.
Actually, they're asleep. They're getting ready for work, so
Like how
let's
many
let them
brothers
stay asleep for right now.
That is so epic.
Love it.
Asking for my sisters, how many brothers you got?
I have 2 brothers.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right,
so maybe one of them might be okay, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Welcome back to cross-continent dating.
I thought at first he was playing Autumn Leaves, and I was like, Veronica, are you listening to it?
It's so funny that you say that. You are awesome. Like, you're like my favorite because that's actually loosely based off of Autumn Leaves. One of the etude books that I kind of work out of a little bit, they take, jazz standards like Autumn Leaves and things, like A Night in Tunisia, and they use the same chord progressions, but they encourage you to, improv and do kind of your own thing over those chord progressions. So it's kind of cool like that. So, yeah.
Nice.
Kudos to you for recognizing that.
I know, eh? She's on fire.
She is.
Are you guys sure it's summer solstice, not autumn, whatever?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, yeah, it's definitely not autumn right now, but it sounded cool though. So I actually just came off of a whole 2-week thing where I didn't have my horn, unfortunately, because I had to get something fixed. So when I got asked to do this, I was like, oh my God, I have to start practicing quick in order to, get prepared and, at least sound decent. So
Yeah, please come back to us every Saturday. Come back.
yeah, absolutely. Hopefully I'll be able to get off of work a little bit earlier and try to, come in at the right time.
What time is it there right now?
Right now it is 11:19 right now, actually. What time is it there?
It's an hour later, so it's 12:20.
Oh my God, I was an hour late. God, y'all are gonna fire me.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You made it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give y'all one more, then I'm gonna have to go to bed because I've got to get up early in the morning too. So
nice.
Thank y'all so much for doing this. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you. So are you.
Thank you.
One, two, 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yes, Fred.
What?
Congratulations. That was beautiful.
Awesome.
Yes. Fred, we don't usually do this, but if you could do one more, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Your brothers are like, "You gotta-" we do have to keep rolling, but are so grateful.
Hold on, Anto. One thing, just tell Fred about what happened earlier today and just the serendipitous and you showing up tonight. There was another performer tonight. Is she still in the room? No, she's gone. Oh no, she is, Veronica. And she told a story about her grandmother and how her grandmother used to sing Autumn Leaves all the time, and she didn't know that it was an actual song. And then later on when she got older, she found out it was an actual song. And anyway, it was a big part of her story, and I just want to share that with you. So meant to be here, brother. Glad you're here.
Love it.
Love it so much. Yes, definitely come visit us again. I am going to actually, if we can check this out. Everybody wants to check out Fred's Instagram. All right, so there's definitely lots of viewing here. If you guys need a encore all day long, there's many videos up there as well. So definitely check out Fred's Instagram. And is there anything else that you wanted to let us know about? Do you have a shows or anything that you're going to be doing, or you have something you want to share?
Actually, possibly in about October, with COVID kind of ruining things. I was supposed to be doing a recital in Memphis, but my best friend and I were actually going to be doing a recital in her boyfriend's house, possibly, if that's a little weird, but that's probably going to happen around October. So that'll be kind of a new thing. It'll be more classical music, maybe a little bit of jazz going on. But yeah, that will definitely be happening really soon. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, definitely check that out. And when you come visit us again, or you can write it into the chat. I know you're new to this, so you should definitely go in the chat and see how it blew up when you first started playing and how everybody's been going absolutely crazy for all of this wonderful music you've been playing for us. So thank you. Everybody unmute yourselves. Give lots of love right now to Fred Hadley. What an amazing...
Whoa.
That was awesome.
Fred.
Love
So happy
you.
you're here.
All right, fine. It's not the Fred Hadley show. Come on. Wait, no, I'm just kidding. We loved it. We loved it so much. Thank you for coming out here. So last minute, we do have one final performer after Fred. And I have no idea why anybody would want to follow Fred because that was so great. But this man is definitely deserving of the spot. He is one of our co-producers. He is one of my favorite, most inspiring creators I have ever met. We are doing the 66-day challenge. We are on day 20. I always get it wrong. 27 now? 27 or something like that? Around there. So everybody, give a big round of applause to the absolutely wonderful, one of my best friends in the whole world, the beautiful bearded Daniel Salee.
Literally last minute decision. I'm just gonna play some music. Anyways, I just wanted to get something out. It was really wonderful tonight, listening, hanging out with everybody, and hearing. I was feeling pretty down today, and it's been nice to just share some smiles with some wonderful people. So thank you for coming and being willing to share and show up. I appreciate it, especially tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Woo! Thank you, Daniel. Everybody, one more
Loved
time.
it.
Daniel, absolutely love this
Thank
shit.
you, Daniel.
Such talent right there. And definitely, if you guys have the opportunity, check out some of
So
his visual
beautiful.
arts as well. I have some pieces of his in my home, and it just makes me feel so loved in the space. It is awesome to be able to be creating alongside such like a wonderful, incredible artist. So, guys, we made it. We made it. We made it all the way to the end of the show. We are so grateful for you to be coming out tonight to our show. One of the most powerful things that I noticed tonight was everybody coming together and the stories that we were able to share. I think that this was actually one of our most powerful days for storytelling that we've had, which I'm super grateful for. And also, the internet's so amazing. We had somebody from Mississippi, somebody from fucking Florida. Yo, we're all over the world. And Narani, where are you right now? I always like it when Narani tells us. It's just better that way.
I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, where are you right now?
I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and it's precisely 5:29 a.m.
Love it.
Guys, I'm just telling you, we are all over the world. Like Nigeria right now. So we hit into the U.S. We have Nigeria as well. Every single week, we're hitting more places in the world, guys, and we're so grateful to be able to be here. Just a reminder, right now, it is actually summer solstice is happening. It is also Father's Day. It is also National Indigenous Day. Guys, I made a fuckload of Indigenous buttons right here.
Nice.
Just to celebrate today. So it is such a powerful day. All the shifting that's happening, if anybody out there right now is feeling like they're needing to share any of that stuff, we are going to be having a discussion right now, chilling for a little bit longer. But also make sure that you journal before you go to bed, just to put your intentions out there for everything that's going to be happening in the next little while. Sending so much love to you. I wanted to pass it over to my wonderful co-host Adrian to help us close out the night. So thank you guys from me, Anto here, and then also I'm going to pass it to Adrian right now.
Yo, what can I say? What to go on. Summer solstice is here. Rastafari love, I go out to all the people them in the place and all over the world here. Sure, can't say no for that. Yo, Daniel, that was awesome. I was like, that was awesome. It was so good.
It was. Oh my.
And just great storytelling by everything. What a wonderful night we had here tonight. What a lovely night. Thank you for sharing your stories, everyone, for coming in and just being part of this and just you know, knocking us on our feet with all your experiences and your emotion, your love and everything. This is so good. And yo, we gone worldwide. This is how we do it, baby. We don't mess around.
Yes. Oh, before we go though, but yes, definitely thank you, Adrian. Before we go, I just wanted to just really quickly also mention if anybody does out there want to donate as well. So don't forget, we don't charge cover fee for a reason, but if you wanted to donate, it's FreeFlow Showcase at gmail.com. We have $155 so far that we are going to be donating. So thank you to all the people who donated. We really appreciate it. And lots of love from the team, Annie, Daniel, Adrian, and Ashley. We love you guys so much. We're so grateful for you to be a part of our community, and we can't wait for you guys to come back. So sending all that love out there, and thank you again, Adrian, and for co-hosting with me. Absolutely love you, and Wu-Tang kick very soon, buddy. All right?
Yeah, for real.
All right, peace, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
Is everyone serious?